These personalities that I am as familiar with because being a North American boy, I watch a lot of North American streamers. But my favorite part is the team names these guys come up with. Team 9, they're feeling lucky today. They're feeling pretty good.
Lucky, just straight up. Yep. I love that. They just went in, they owned it. Also, Team Power.
Yes.
Team Power. Yes, let's go.
Gotta love those guys. There's 10 teams moving on. One up down there in 19th. Coney team in 16th. Black Sheep.
Weird team.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for them.
Oh boy. Gotta have Weird team. Weird team's doing good.
Weird team. Oh, Lucy Weird, look! It's meant to be!
It works out. It makes a lot of sense. Random noobs as well. I bet they're not actually that noobs. I bet they're just trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
Little sharks.
Yep. Athena Esports 2. So there's 2 different Athena Esports teams. Animaniacs, that's a great name. Creative LA. I don't know if it was just Creative La.
Yeah.
Could be either one. Tell us in chat.
Creative La.
And then LDA, Combate Clan, BR team, Cabritos, and Calera.
Say Team 35.
Team 35.
Say it.
Irmãos Neto. I
really
bet it's bad.
But that was really good. The accent was
it'll
great.
probably be the closest we'll get to it, you know.
It is. You're really good with these pronunciations.
I'm trying, but no promises. I'm probably going to mutilate some names today. But folks, we're going to get some great action. We're not here for names. You guys are here for names and personalities. You guys know these people. We're here to watch some great PUBG action.
We sure are. We can't wait to hop on in. Our first map is going to be Sanhok, and they're all loading in, eagerly waiting to get this invitational going. So we can start it off. 5 maps today. All right.
For sure.
For sure.
Yep. We've got 5 maps to go on. I think we'll play 3 on Sanhok, I believe is how it'll go. 1 on Erangel, 1 on Miramar. But if you're watching at home and you've got us pulled up on one monitor and you have got your favorite streamer pulled up on the other and they make a great play, you should clip that. You should send that to us. Tweet it at us with the hashtag BroadcastRoyale. You might see your clip on this stream right now. Cool way to get involved with the stream.
I know, right? I mean, what if they just literally just clip that? Oh,
just clip it.
Clip what Wavy Punk just said.
We'll play it again later, you know? Later when they're like, hey, plug the Broadcast Royale thing, we'll go, I'll just be like, no, just roll a clip. Just roll a clip thing again.
They're like, we have a clip. It's just cuts from us to us again.
But be super down.
You guys, one thing you're going to learn about this broadcast is we're going to feed into you about the spa day crate. So you better sit down and get comfortable with the spa day crate.
That's right. Twitch Prime. You've got it. You know you love it. You get free stuff every month. This month you get the spa day crate, an exclusive thing here with the Twitch Prime people. You want to have some loot that only you have and every other member of Twitch Prime has. Get that crate right there. And you can have the lovely purple bathrobes. Comes with you. Just got to get Amazon Prime to get Twitch Prime.
Yeah, and it's free. So if you don't have it, you can get it for free today, right now.
If you're already paying for Amazon Prime, it literally costs you $0 for Twitch Prime. Just twitch.tv/Prime, link your accounts, get yourself some cool in-game loot. I wish I had that. I'm going to have to make sure I do it later.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that people don't know about that crate is that it comes with 2 different types of flip-flops.
2 flip-flops?
Yes.
I actually didn't know that.
Yes.
I knew it came with 2 different outfits, but I didn't know it came with 2 different flip-flops.
Yeah, one has the over the toe, over the foot anyways, and then the thong style.
Absolutely.
Between the toes.
That's amazing. All the different footwear you can want. Folks, let's look at the standings. This is the standings for the North American region that just wrapped up a few minutes ago. Honey Badger Nation taking the #1 spot by a dominating over 200 points there. Basic is carrying me coming up in second. Desync, Aztec Gaming, and Dude, Where's My Car? Gonna round out our top 5.
That's fantastic. I wish we could get the top 20 because that might be your top 8, but the 20 get to move on to next week. So don't be fooled by just seeing 8. Hopefully you'll be able to catch the rest of that information over on the website and anything else that you want to check out. Speaking of, too, there's a TriCast happening on broadcasterroyale.com.
Yeah.
So yes. So if you just want to check it out and get a little different feel, you can also choose to have a permanent map option pulled up.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can watch it the entire time, even if we're not showing it to you.
Yep, there's so many different ways you can consume this, and every single person that's playing in this tournament is streaming their perspective. You see someone, you're like, oh, that guy looked cool. I like his overlay. I like his sub alert. I like his whatever. And I've got this brand new Twitch Prime sub to put somewhere. Go check out that streamer. Go drop in, give him a sub, and then watch it from his perspective. These sorts of shows are best if you have at least 2 monitors, so you can watch us and your favorite streamer.
Absolutely. Or you can even put multiples on one monitor. I've seen
you could.
that. That's really fantastic. You split the screen. Yeah.
There's a multi-Twitch as well. You can go and just pop in. We're going to get here on Sanhok for game #1. Definitely a smaller map than Erangel if you are new to PUBG. If you played back in the day, maybe stepped away and now trying to be like, what's going on? This PUBG thing's still going strong. Well, Sanhok's the new map here. Only 4x4 wide. much smaller than Erangel or Miramar, but going to have just as much amazing action here.
If not more. And this is really interesting how everybody shot to the right. One team went west. They're going to be by themselves. Uncontested. Wow, I'm trying to look at, oh, everyone is crossing over to the main chunk of island.
Yeah, if we look at the map, there's, what is it, like 5 squads on the western side, and everybody else just making their way over to the east. So they have some nice free open loot there over if you're landing near ruins.
Yeah, that's great. And usually with this, you get a good amount of people that do land in that southwest corner, and they will end up having to fight to cross that river to get east. But it's not going to be that much of a battle unless someone wants to set up and gatekeep them there.
For sure. So players dropping in, looking for some early loot. I think these guys might even have some company nearby, so needing to pick up some guns early on, find a QBZ and plenty of ammunition, so he's going to be ready to go. I think he found some body armor as well there. So, and a UMP. Look at that, double guns right off the bat.
UMP. Fantastic with that QBZ as well. That's the great thing about Sanhok is that you can pretty much land anywhere and get all that you need, for the most part. Unlike Erangel and Miramar, you're going to be having to take some real estate, you know, run around compound to compound to be able to get your full setup.
For sure. We can take a look at the full North American standings as they stood after the end of today. You see that they're Honey Badger Nation up on top still, but here's our full, I believe this is the full standings, so all the way down to the bottom. So you see a few teams there making it into the top 20, and the teams we're going to be able to see again later in the regional finals.
Which will be happening next weekend, so you don't have to wait long.
My boy Team Nani there coming in 10th. Happy for them. Excited for them. Do so well.
Wait, say it's your team.
Team
boys.
Nani.
That how they say it?
They put an exclamation, 2 exclamation points and a question mark, so I think it's Nani. Something like that.
Nani?
Don't clip me, please. This is just terrifying.
And then Rebel Scum.
Oh, that's a great name.
Coming in right behind them.
Absolutely.
Man, maybe if they weren't Scum, they could have
gotten a little bit higher, you know, just be Rebel Lords next time. Got Cabritos up on our screen here with his teammate Calera. And they'll be looting Cow, I believe is how this area is pronounced.
That's how I would pronounce it
as
well.
Pronounce it? Okay, cool. Because me and Matchroom were talking about it earlier, and we both said we would defer to your pronunciation. So.
Oh, I 100% don't know, but I would think that that's what it looks like, Cow.
Looks
as well.
good. Looks right to me.
Yeah, you boys like to call it Sandhawk.
Sandhawk, yeah. Was it Sanhok?
It's cute. It's Sanhok, yeah.
Okay. Oh, man. Learning new things. The circle has appeared here for the beginning of the game. It's going to be a very northern circle with a great deal of water in it. This map, Sanhok, with a lot more water than the other 2 PUBG locations. So we'll see plenty of people making their way through the liquid. Down on the bottom, there's a few squads roaming around that'll have a little bit of a distance to cover. But again, the map can be a little bit deceiving. It looks like it's about the same size as Erangel when you just pull up the map. It's actually significantly smaller, much easier to traverse into that initial circle.
Absolutely. Even if you were at the very base of the map, you could easily run that in by foot. You could beat the blue.
Oh, the squad we were just looking at was Tosida and Tosida.
Nice.
There was one just has an extra A on the end. Like,
oh, it's the
that's not going to be confusing at all at the end when they're both right there.
They're having a good time. That's good. That's what we're about. Broadcast Royale, coming together, have some competitive PUBG fun, but not too much fun. You want to still get those wins and kills, because the kills are going to count for 4 points per pop.
I wholeheartedly disagree. I want only fun. I want crossbow kills. I want running people over with cars. I want to see some crazy, entertaining stuff. Entertain me, please.
Entertain me. I want to see a full flip.
Oh, please, yes. Yeah. I want to see some BMX tricks. And you made a good point, though, and it's good to bring up that the kills are worth more in this tournament than they've ever been worth in PUBG, worth 4 points a pop here, and they can really be the difference maker. The difference between 5th place and 6th place in a match is just the difference of 5 points with almost every position here. So the amount of points you get for winning is not going to be as big a deal as the amount of points you get for getting kills.
Absolutely, because 2 kills could get you that first place finish if the first team comes in with, I mean, everyone died to blue. That's how they got there with no kills.
Right.
But you guys get what I'm saying.
Cabrito's still looting here. Looks like they have maybe a little bit of company here. If I'm looking at the map correctly, I think there's one other squad up there with them, but otherwise they're able to loot in relative peace. They should be running into some people eventually here.
And it's funny because they're at Cow, which is really north, and typically you think that would be the edge But now, boom, they found themselves towards the middle, which is still a good position to be in, but now everyone's going to be coming towards them, whereas before, if they were wanting to play edge, there goes that opportunity. Except they do have the body of water to still kind of help keep them their edge. But we've just got to see what this water does. I'm sorry, the circle.
The landing middle is always a nice safe bet because you can have a very high likelihood of being in the circle no matter where the circle goes. But it can be a nice gamble when you take the outside edge and then happen to get the circle like this. It's like, oh, they're going to be relatively safe. They're not going to have to move for a long time.
Absolutely.
Once if whoever wins Cal can just camp out there until the circle fully pushes in. So Xenofonte here, a fan of San Andreas as well. I wonder if he plays San Andreas much. Oh, finding shots here down onto the compound of Lakawi. Gets a kill on the Palomitas.
He says, I'm going to clean you up. I don't care where your teammate is. Make sure I get those 4 points.
We talked during the North American broadcast about when you down a player, do you leave him for to potentially draw out his opponent or his teammate, to possibly get 2 kills, or do you secure it? And as we just mentioned, with how valuable kills are, it's very, very worth to secure kills. We see another fight going down to Cal. Finally, these 2 squads running into each other. Is Caprito's dead? He is. He's already toast.
Oh, no.
There's Canico and Juenro.
Lots of action happening right here because even like you were saying, if you want to definitely take the kill. You want to finish your down because it's such a small map. It's easy to get third party. Once someone else is going to hear your bullets pretty easily, most likely there's somebody nearby. They're going to come on in. They're going to swoop and take your kill. Boom, 4 points gone.
Exactly. Here we can check in with Coney Queen. They're lurking outside of a compound.
Playing in the bush.
Playing on the bush, exactly. So much foliage here on Sanhok. So much more so than Erangel, and definitely more so than Miramar. There's a lot of places you can hang out without buildings nearby and still be relatively safe.
Yeah, lots of trees. They're definitely hearing shots. Sounds like they're calling out where the nearby enemy players are. Oh, down a man already going in solo at the start of the match. The beginning. Nintendo.
Smzino.
Smino.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You think the H is silent, probably?
Probably. Smino, looking over there forever. Continuously popping over the ledges. There's a nice poke battle here. See who can get the dome. These first poke battles are the one thing that's great about winning them, even if you don't get a kill. Oh.
The kill feed, oh no.
Tostida is ran over. Tostida.
Oh no.
Please clip it. Send it to us. I wanted to see someone get run over, even if it's a teammate here. But the thing is if Simon is able to get a helmet off of him, you can't carry extra helmets. So a nice advantage he could gain there.
Absolutely. Forever. Looks like Forever took out
They tried to run away.
Zeno. I wish I knew that.
I think he was trying to get back to revive Insect as Insect was about to die, and on his way back got destroyed.
Gotta have those smokes. Smokes are hugely important. And grenades would be great. You can get those kills. But smokes, man, they can be the difference between saving your own life, your teammate's life, just getting out by the skin of your teeth. That's the thing. Isn't that weird? Skin of your teeth. Like, your teeth don't have skin.
I think that's
the thing,
probably
right?
where the expression came from, that it's like it's that little. It's so little it's non-existent.
Yeah.
But it's a disgusting thought, though. To think about skin on your teeth.
You just, licked your teeth. Like, let me check this.
Everyone in chat's licking their teeth, too. The smoke is the only form of cover, and he's only form of blocking of line of sight that you can carry in your pocket. That and
for those kind of scenarios, yeah, absolutely. Because if he wanted to absolutely get his teammate up, needed to hopefully have smoke. That's why I get on my teammates. We tend to get on our friends if they don't pick up smokes. We're like, why don't you have any smokes? You passed like 5 back there.
Yep. Able to hold on to those, but Cabrito's here watching Juenero and Canico, the squad that knocked them out. They're down here on the edge of Cal, and again, that squad, that duo, keep calling it a squad, that's different. A duo that won Cal, and they can just freely loot. The new circle has popped up as well, and it's a little bit more to the west. So Cal's still in the circle though. They're still plenty safe. Many squads, many duos still needing to push in. I keep calling it a squad. We're not playing squad.
Well, squads can indicate 4 players, but I still believe if you are whoever you are squadded with, duo or however, 3, it's your squad.
I agree.
You're rolling with your squad.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's just it can be a little bit confusing when there is a game type called squad. So
this is true.
A note for myself to prepare for next time.
All right.
David Duera here on our screen. As he is moving on in with a circle right on his tail. Don't get touched. You're at full health. He's gonna have to make his way around this compound. What's that? I'm gonna actually be. Oh, does he stop? I bet he does.
Absolutely. There's no reason not to. What? Check it out. Oh, it was looted.
Oh, too bad. Unfortunately, there's nothing in his crate. You know what could be in your crate, though, folks? The Spa Day crate with Twitch Prime you can have for free. All you got to do, link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch account, and you get some free in-game loot with some purple bathrobes.
Skins for your in-game character. Looks snazzy.
Wait, Punk, we're tired of hearing you say that. You know what, chat? I'm going to keep on saying it the rest of the show.
So we're going to plug Spot Day Crate. If you guys haven't... Oh, just kidding.
Yep, just do it right again here.
Yeah, we're going to do it right after.
VAC Gab. I wonder what that stands for. I wonder if that's if that sounds like that's an abbreviation of 2 words. You know,
possibly.
Like Vacuum Gabriel or something. But I bet that's not that. Going for the peak. Car 98 didn't find any angle he liked, so backing off.
Nice. Well, his teammate was calling out somebody approaching.
His teammate got the down on Black Saxon.
Yep, was able to get that. Now he's going to go on the outside of the compound to try to get an angle on the teammate. Pretty risky move here. Oh!
Does he find it? He does. His teammate helps him out. They finish off the kill. No, it was the same player that was already downed. But getting peppered from a distance. Looking for the shot, takes it, and gets the down. A different squad as well, so the third party shows up. And that Gab doesn't care, able to get the head. And now they will have to repair. They will have to revive their teammates. He's got some time to work with and reassess the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing a good job just going from house to house, watching outside your windows. You can't tunnel vision in too much once you go inside a building. Can't look down looking for loot. You got to have a peripheral out on the window to make sure that nobody's trying to approach you from the distance. Teammate again found an enemy player approaching. I'm assuming we're the same squad. I can't tell. There's a little kitty cat in front of the name.
I think this might be the squad that rolled in on the side, but we'll leave them for now. Come back later. Flux and Soda Wipe. Watching Flux's perspective here on the outside. Now back to David. He's popping around. A lot of players repositioning here as the circle has continued to move more and more westerly. So now if you get into Hatin, you will be right dead smack in the center. And I don't know if I've seen anybody actually looting that area of the map yet, so that might be some uncontested free goodies.
That's a good place to get into a gunfight as well. Ooh, overhead of Cow.
Yep, so we still have Canijo and Juenro, who won Cow against Cabritos earlier. And Team 13 there of Pikachu Fly. Going to be moving around the northern edge and then continuing off out to the west.
There's Pikachu Fly Pedrera and Pikachu Fly Mathias. Oh.
And it's a nice branding, sticking their team name in front of their actual gamer tags.
I wonder if they're on the same stream.
I wonder, yeah. So we had in America, we had a Boot Gaming, the squad that was on the same stream. They were adorable. I'd love to see. I wonder if they have a lot of Pikachu branding on their streams.
I have a Pikachu.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think who doesn't though?
I don't.
But you have one at least.
There is somewhere in my house something Pikachu related for sure. I live with 3 other gamers, so it'd be hard to avoid. But now back to Flux. Just positioned on the outside of the circle. And looking for more kills. Again, the kills being so valuable on the edge. They're just looking for anybody who could possibly be moving in from the blue, or the green, rather, in the way that he has his game set up.
Oh, Zoda running on. Where's his teammate? His teammate's down somewhere.
His teammate must be down in the blue, and he's just leaving him.
Maybe they got overrun by
He got finished off by Chewbacca, it looks like.
He said, later, bro. I can't save you. Gotta go for placement.
Down to 36 alive. 21 teams here. He's trying to close in. He's getting pushed across. He's going to have to cross the river by hand.
Coney Queen.
They have a nice position on an
they're
island.
On a little island, yeah.
So a little bit...
Sneaky.
It's sneaky because it's not the place you would look the most often. Whenever you're starting to scout an area, you look for the largest options. And, oh, they're going to actually see the players we were just spectating as they're jumping into the river.
She's getting ready.
They're ready for them just to push on in. Oh, no, that's going to be a down and a death. That one's going to be gone to Nay. Back to Nay. Oh, and we are caster cursing up these people, just jumping into their stream and watching them die.
And meanwhile, Coney Queen, teammate just hanging out, you know, over here on the little island, they do kind of have a little bit to go.
It's an interesting thought because with the new circle now, they do have a ways to go through the water.
Yeah.
If they have a jet ski or a boat, maybe the positioning will be easy, but if they are going to have to swim, they probably want to start moving now.
Absolutely, because swimming takes forever, and now they do not give you that much time to swim under the water, which allows you to swim fastest. It forces you back up to the surface quicker. Ooh, that looks fantastic.
Oh, Tostira coming in on Pavanelli. Oh, he's actually heading the other direction. The X-ray tricked me. Depth perception.
We see through the entire map. Dane went up and down over there in the corner, left corner.
This is why now they have begun the swim. They were hanging out on the island, I'm certain to try and pick off the players that had jumped into the river, hoping that they would get on the island again. The kills being very important. If they can get those 8 points off those 2 players, probably more valuable than a little bit higher placement. But
Third gank.
Looks like they are. He's on top. He's got his camera on top of his map. Hard to tell where he is, but it looks like he's in.
He's in like the ruins, I think, like outside of ruins.
Yeah, the ruins is very. There's some sort of building of a similar type as ruins is very south. And into blue right now.
Yeah, that's way
south. But it's definitely the cave is still partially in. It's possible he's up by that area. Back with David. Looks like David just got out of a fight. Back to Danae. You know you can follow Danae 1UP on YouTube. Oh, Secret Smitty gonna take out DX. And that was not even the player he was fighting with. Where is Smitty? Smitty is not in this shot. Oh, poor Danae is now dead. But you can still follow her on Facebook. Coney Queen. They've made it across the river, no problem. Now pushing into the new circle. And it sounds like maybe something disconnected on our computer. So
no big deal.
No big deal at all. They have this. There's one other player or squad that are sharing this compound with Coney Queen and poor David Luera. Knocked out there. Bring us into the top 21. 13 teams alive.
Oh, he got from his 6. He pulled up and somebody rolled up right behind him on the bridge, took him out, and now they're like, okay, bye.
So many players on this bridge, as this is the cleanest way to get across. Got Forever and Nithro.
Well, Forever, if he needs to, he can take this fight. Hopefully he has enough meds. He does have a vehicle that Prim brought in.
Nethno down.
Oh, but looks like Ernzar and the teammate are going to abandon this fight because of the blue moving in.
Forever, he's sitting on the bridge. He needs to find, he's maybe looting for meds, maybe looking for anyway. He's moving the wrong direction right now. He's got to be looking for meds. It's probably his only chance of getting out of there alive is if he finds some. Secret, though, moving in and onto the circle. There's a nice group of people. Oh, they're taking shots back at Forever, just trying to finish him off. Nothing hitting just yet.
I'm telling you, Forever's going for that car. He's going on that crate, checking for meds. He needs to get in that car. There's literally no other way to get out of there.
You can see his health bar just ticking down really fast. Secret Smitty, though, he's got some people right down to the south of him, and they've just taken shots. So you know that those people to the south know that Smitty is rolling in from the north.
He hit that med right as his health bar was towards the end.
Oh, yes, he's at this point, I think he knows he's not going to get off the bridge. He's just going to sit there and just heal up, hope some other people die for a slightly higher placement.
Yeah, he's going to med up for placement. Rondi. Chilling on this hillside.
I like that name. It's fun to say.
Look at you rolling the R's. Randi.
It's
always fun to roll R's.
I can only roll R's for like a split second.
Really?
Like I can do it at the beginning, but I can't do it for an extended period of time. It's unfortunate.
You'll get it. I believe in you.
Oh, Coney Queen and company got knocked out by the squad they were sharing the compound with. So that'll be them dead. 8 teams left.
All right, it's an exciting time over here.
For NSE.
Doing a good job. Oh, that was only in the circle, but he's got to come back underneath this, around, hopefully not too exposed. Oh, it's widely exposed.
Oh, here's the nice conglomeration of players. Osaris and Serga and Fernando down there trapped underneath. They got so many players around them, but the player up top gets downed and now trapped down here on the bottom. They've got to get out. The circle's pushing them in. They actually have to go around the rock in the other direction, which will give them a little bit of cover for now. But still, I think they'll make it away. They still have that player behind them, though, they've got to worry about. In the meantime, Secret Smitty taking some shots, getting downed himself, though. And now our players we just saw, they're going to hide on the bottom, do a little bit of healing up, and see if they can survive. They still have Machrol behind them.
10 alive. Everyone's got to start making their way into the circle stat because, as you notice, it's chunking hard. Randy is medding up.
This guy, he knew he wouldn't make it in time. He's going to time that properly.
No, smart.
He still have enough. Just barely to make it, but yeah.
Yeah, you got this.
There he goes. He's gonna. The thing is, if he comes around,
he's gotta keep moving. Don't stop.
There's 2 players right behind him. The circle is stopped for now, but there's 2 players right around this corner. We just saw them. Fernando and his buddy.
I wish he would heal up. I can't tell if he has any meds.
Oh, takes the shots. Does he get the down? Did he get the down? No, I think somebody else got the down.
And they cleaned it up too.
And Flux, yeah, Flux is getting the kills. Fernando taking shots upwards, getting a hit onto Josares. Him and Mario, maybe Mario Jr. probably. Mario Jr. I figured it out.
Oh, yep.
So we're gonna call him Mario Jr.
They're like, no, you don't have to roll the R on this one.
All right, they're laying there for the win. 3 teams alive right now. And a little bit spread out. Nobody in the circle. Everybody on that outside edge. Soda Wipe. Just trying to finish off the remaining players over on the squad on to his left.
Oh, he's going to try to get his teammate up.
Yeah, smoke out.
Oh, let him get in the circle first. Oh, I don't know. This is going to be risky. I don't think it's worth it.
Oh, Mario.
Porra, devia ter marcado o Pedro, cara.
Oh, he's going to hit in that. It's going to be the win, I believe, there for Secret Smitty and company. Going to come up there with the victory. Congratulations to them. They had some good positioning. They were the players we saw up on the bridge, taking out Forever and company, and then flanking all the way back down. So going to be able to get a victory there with 15 kills.
15 kills, dude. Look at this.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. And you look at the rest of the scoreboard there. Yeah. Nobody.
No one even close.
1, 2, maybe.
Yeah.
15 kills. That's going to give them a really great lead.
That was pretty impressive stuff there. And I wonder if he's actually on Team Secret.
Ooh. Is he?
I don't know. Maybe he's just secretive.
Super secretive.
Yeah, it's a secret. But we all know about you now, bud. Too bad you got 9 kills that game. That was crazy.
The cat's out of the bag.
That's right.
We know who you are. We're going to come find you. But you guys, we're going to take a short break really quick. But don't you forget, in this time, while we're breaking, sign up, connect your Twitch Prime account to get your spa day crate.
Gotta have a spa day crate. I need the neck pillow. I need the neck pillow from the spa day crate on my character running around shooting people.
I think we need to get a purple like IRL towel to literally just put on your head.
That's right.
Cute.
That's right. It'll just look like, yeah, look at those towels. Like, you could have a helmet or you could have a towel.
This is you right there.
That's me right there. Oh, man.
That's literally you right now.
Dude, I did not skip leg day. I'm rocking leg day there. That's pretty cool stuff, folks. But we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. More Latin America action coming to you right here on the Broadcast Royale. Welcome back to the Broadcaster Royale. Folks, continuing it here in the Latin American region, I'm Wavepunk, joined here by Matrim, and we've got some great action coming at you, folks. I learned something in the break. Secret Smitty is on Team Secret.
Yes.
Good to know.
We saw Papaya playing last week, which is another one of the Team Secret members. So good to see the fact that both team members coming through for Team Secret, doing a great showing, because I know that they were a little disappointed with not making it through PGI, through things. We'll just leave that one alone. There was a little bit of drama related to that one.
Well, they came through in game number 1. Take a look at the replay. It was Secret Smitty all over the place, folks. He got 15 kills, this team did. He got 9 of them. He didn't get 15 by himself. But they did absolutely crazy stuff in game number 1.
I love this. You can see the aggression of Latin America coming through. Nice peek on the outside. Gets the down off of it. Some long-range shots coming back and forth here to get the down and the kill.
The ragdolls make me so happy.
Oh God, I love ragdoll in PUBG. Like you can see, like whenever he got shot, how he like kind of flew sideways. For
Somehow
a
his
second.
feet flew forward instead of his head. A nice double kill there. Rondi coming around the corner and will finish off some players. So many players were underneath this cliff. There were 2 players just to the left of him or to the right of him here that he didn't even get to see in that clip. But in the end,
So many third parties.
Smitty and Ernzixer, I think is how I want to say his name there. They're going to take out that win. 15 kills. 15. That's 60 points they made off of kills just in that game.
Strong performance coming out there. The way you want these first couple of games to go. You want to come in, you want to make a statement. Say like, look, I'm here to win. I'm here to impress people. So if you're impressed, make sure you go and you check out these Twitch streams of all these guys, because I'm sure that they would appreciate it, and they would appreciate your support.
For sure. And folks, if you're just tuning in for us and you missed the North American portion, we've got the standings for you for that as well. Can show you who won. It was Honey Badger Nation there. Grizzly Mallard and Slav Delrushin going to be taking first place. Basic is carrying me. D-Stink, Aztec Gaming, Dude, Where's My Car? Running out our top 5.
I love the fact that Kefri and Basic were playing together, and Kefri chose his team name as Basic is carrying me. So
like,
some goodness inside of that. A lot of names on here on people that we know. Keep in mind, if there are people that you're kind of expecting to be inside of this event, but there is still the wildcard invites that are coming forward on this. So just because we're playing through the qualifiers right now, this is the invitational side of it. So these are the people that are doing a lot of streaming. We want to make sure that they were involved in it. Tomorrow is going to be a lot more of the open side stuff. So it's just kind of letting a lot of the people coming through. Naturally, they still have to be streaming, but these are going to be a good chance to catch a lot of really great players that are a little bit hard to find because they might not have the best followings as of yet.
Yeah, for sure. And folks, it's all about these streamers, all about who your favorites are. Who do you want to win? Let us know on Twitter using the hashtag BroadcasterRoyale, and we'd love to hear your opinions on this show. All we're doing on this show is just watching a bunch of streamers, just cutting around, seeing what they're doing. Everyone gets to play in the tournament. They get to be on this broadcast sometimes, and they get to keep their normal stream schedule going.
Oh, I mean, that's just what's so great about this event. You get a chance to actually watch people playing in the environment that they normally do. You can make sure to go check out anybody that does anything awesome. I mean, it's just a really nice, relaxing kind of situation.
Oh, it's a perfect one to get your nails done. You know, maybe lay in a bathtub, a hot tub, or something like that. Maybe you need a bathrobe for it. You know,
maybe just get a little bit of nice, relaxing spa day massage stuff going on there.
It'd be great.
And so with this, you can see that naturally, if you have Amazon Prime, be sure to link that into Twitch. That way you get the Twitch Prime. And let's be honest, most people have Amazon Prime at this point. And let's be honest, most of you guys have probably done Twitch Prime because we're telling you so much.
That's right.
If you have not done it yet, there is something that is wrong with you as a person.
But
it takes all of like 10 seconds.
But casters, how do I link my Amazon Prime and my Twitch Prime?
It's just like there's buttons.
Twitch.tv/Prime. It's easy, chat. It's easy. You've got no excuses now. Just go do it. Maybe you're like, I don't have Amazon Prime. I guarantee your mom has Amazon Prime, okay? Just get her account, link it to your Twitch Prime account, tell her, Mom, I get free stuff. She'll be like, oh, okay, cool. You know, your mom's not going to be down, not going to want you to have free stuff.
Make sure to ask first. Yes. That's key. Don't just be like, I'm stealing your Amazon
rummage through
Prime
her purse
account,
to
Mom.
find her Amazon account information. Don't do that, okay? We're not endorsing that. Respect your parents. But get their Amazon Prime account, link to your Twitch account. It's easy, folks. It's good stuff.
I almost feel like we should have one of those the more you know stars that kind of come by.
Bling. Or that was easy button.
Yep.
Any of those old memes. Talk about Twitch Prime, folks. The newest memes. You know, just combine them. That's what makes memes great. It's just a constantly compounding inside joke.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. So with this, we're moving over to Orange. Let's be honest, this is where everybody knows when they think about PUBG. This is where everybody imagines whenever you hear the words come through, and I always love to cast anything that happens on this map.
Is there an official pronunciation of these maps?
There are so many different ways. The easiest way to know it is the fact that the island is named after PlayerUnknown's daughter.
Okay.
So, that leads into a couple of different pronunciations because it's a lot of people also lean into pronouncing it in the Russian styling because naturally that's the archetype of the map.
For sure.
But then there's a couple of people that lean into saying it a little bit more like Angel.
Angel, or Angel. Interesting, because I've always thought it was Erangel.
It's like at this point in PUBG, I just believe it's a free for all.
It's a free for all.
Pronouncing
okay.
however you want to say it.
As long as long as there isn't like a oh my gosh, I can't believe this caster doesn't know how to say this word.
Well, there's like there's so many different things. Like some people call Naya Polnaya, and that tilts me 7 ways to Sunday. But some people do it.
This guy's a Smurf. He's a Smurf. Look at him.
That's a full commitment there. Is that makeup, or do you think that's just color? That's got to be camera color.
I think he just changed the color camera. Yeah, because it looks like he's also wearing a Santa hat, and if you would change the color of your skin to be blue, it would make a Santa hat, this kind of teal color. So, close one there. We almost believed you did full body paint for the stream. Can you imagine doing that every day?
That's commitment.
That is commitment, and probably not worth it.
You have to have like a spray booth or somebody else, something like that. Just think somebody walks up to you with like the spray hose of makeup, just.
But you have to like mask off your beard, you know, to make sure that none of your beard gets any paint in it. But yeah, that would be nice if you just step in the booth, just do a quick turn.
Maybe he's got like a specialty thing. Maybe we're entirely wrong, and it is a spray booth. Maybe that's the way that this works.
Extain here. There he is again. I believe he just wants to be a Smurf. That's my new favorite player. I want him to win. Insect dropping in here, just outside of Pachinki.
Oh, this is one of the great place to drops as a duo. Like a lot of times we don't see this get a lot of attention in squad play, but for duos, it opens up so many different drop locations on the map. So you have all these neat little places that you can play around. I gotta say, him and his teammate, very, very passionate. Yeah. They're very, very talkative.
Got our blood here. I believe this is Smizno.
I'm going to lean into whichever one you think it is.
Okay, I think it's Smizno.
I can't commit to this one way or the other. The only thing I know is this makes me happy. Every part of my soul, like this guy is full committed with his setup, and he is just so excited. And he's obviously killing it. Like his teammates dying laughing.
It's unfortunate that he can't wear the spa day crate because it's purple.
You know?
He could, but like he's got to commit. You know,
is his character blue?
I'm just gonna say yes. I'm just gonna. It has to.
I don't know if there's enough blue clothes for you to wear as cosmetic.
That's now I'm thinking through the cosmetic items. I don't think I own any blue ones.
Coming over here with Xstan rocking some of the PGI gear there. I like to see that getting more attention. A lot of those sets were really cool.
They were very, very cool. Back here with Smizno and Insect.
Keep in mind, they do have some neighbors here. So while they're doing a little bit of looting, they do have somebody that's actually pushed across and is right next to them. I think that's going to be Donald.
Donald and undercover there.
You got to make sure to just say Donald.
Just Donald. Just Donald. Just leave that first part off easy. Easy games.
We got to remember, we're from Texas. We brought it up earlier. We know some of these words here.
A few. I was very bad at Spanish growing up. It's unfortunate. I took many, many years, and I think I got C's almost every semester, and I was trying hard, too.
Well, see, I just learned just because of all my friends. That's the way it works.
It's a very practical thing to learn, living that close to the southern border. But they're just bailing. Not going to be running into Donald and company, heading out towards Watertown.
Now, at this point, you just got to pray you get loot somewhere. I mean, like, to be honest, I don't think that these guys care. They seem to be having a blast one way or the other. Like, okay, I can't go check out this guy's stream, but somebody, please, go check out his stream and give him some attention. He seems like the most, like, lovable, happy guy.
Yeah, if I had to go check out his stream right now, I'd go check that one out. David Dwyer made it pretty far into our last round. We'll see him here moving on.
So we're way over here on the west side of the map, which is a lot more of a chill area to play around, to say the least. A couple of teams do play in this general vicinity, but there's not a lot of pressure that tends to happen on the side of the map. So you can see everybody's just kind of taking their time, getting a little bit of loot going on. And whenever you have a lot of time and a little bit of a relaxation area, what do you like to do?
I like to go to the spa. What do you like to do, Matrim?
I like to go get food.
Food's good too, but there's not a food crate. There is a spa day crate.
There is a spa day crate. Sorry, I had to disrupt it.
It's okay.
I could see you like hand it to me. You're like, take it, do it.
I'm ready. At this point, it's no, and I don't want to. You do it. You do the thing. You bring up the spa day crate with Twitch Prime. You can get it, folks. If you haven't gotten it already, you've just not been paying attention because we've talked about it so much. It's important.
All right, guys. So with this, you can see that everybody's starting to make their way back over to circle. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. On foot, gonna go over here and get themselves a UAZ. One thing I have noticed in Latin America, a lot of people lean into the orange gun skins.
The orange gun skins.
Which is kind of interesting because I always find that, like, it seems anytime I go for like a sniper duel, I always get spotted immediately because.
Oh yeah, it's like a reverse flash hider.
It's just
like,
like,
I'm
hey,
over here.
Look, right here. I'm gonna make it super easy for you to find me. I'm gonna be right over here at this
Haven't
mountain.
you seen me yet? Donald undercover, making their way out towards Pachinki.
Yeah, it looks like naturally everything's going to be on the far western side of the map. Everything looks like it's going to be around Gatka. We still have Georgia Pool that's inside of it, as well as some from Morsk. Got a couple of teams down on military base that are going to be making their way up. And we can see a motorcycle off in the distance trying to make their escape. Looks like they are going to get away.
He tagged a few people. You got him once or twice there, but not enough to knock him off the bike.
Well, enough to make them unhappy, to say the least. Like, oh, okay, now we have to stop somewhere
I
and get some
gotta
meds
use
somewhere.
Band-Aids.
Mas até eles virem vai demorar, relaxa.
Moving in.
So
This is
Rico
actually my
undercover?
favorite place to land on the map is Pachinki. I like that. There's the little 3-building compound just to the west of it. That is my favorite place to land. That's where I
Talking
land
about
every time.
the garages area? Up on
Yeah,
the top
there-
where it's got the
there's-
flat top?
No, it's just to the west of Pachinki. There's the church, and then just across
Oh,
the street from the
the
church, there's
barns
those,
and stuff
yeah,
like
there's
that.
a one barn and 2 buildings. I always
Tem
land
mira
there.
aí, Sex.
And what, maybe make a push over towards church
Yeah,
and
then
then
move
get
to
the high
church,
ground?
and then then go into apartments.
See, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I go to Pachinki is not my city. Whenever I go there with one explicit purpose, and that is to land right in the middle, and then get up on top of the roofs
Love it.
and try to jump down and Batman kill somebody.
I love it.
I don't know why. It just makes me happy every single time I do it. Just try to find 2 SMGs and then just jump off of a rooftop and spray them as I'm falling.
That's perfect. That's the sort of gameplay I want to see here on the broadcast Royale. I want to see players going for the memes,
Go for the style.
go for the entertainment. Come on, I mean you're streamers. Let's entertain me. Bring
Everybody
it
in
to me.
chat right now is just like, oh my god, this guy has to be the worst player on the face of the earth if he
they-
plays with these goals. We play a
Yeah.
lot of PUBG, guys. I'm going to give you a heads up. Whenever you cast as much PUBG, you start looking for ways. Okay, let's mix it up, guys. Let's try to do something.
I want to do the same thing again here. Got Rondi here. He's been in the
Catching some
vehicles
air.
all day here, along with Josuares. Rolling into another compound, continuing to loot as they're moving around, and it is everybody having to move over to the west side of the circle. Most people still outside, some people even as far out as north of Stalber. So some significant ground to make up for some of these players, but in general, they'll all be making this way. That first circle, going to take pretty lightly. Not going to be that big of a
Really
bother.
interesting is we actually have a duo that is north of Stolber right now. North of Stolber and still haven't started moving.
And they're actually moving northeast. They're still continuing to move even more north of Stalber. They're not going towards the circle.
Yeah, they're like, nah.
They're making that. Assuredly, they have a vehicle and are just looting all the little compounds that are on that outward loop.
And here we go with Smithy. I gotta say, Smitty is a ridiculously nice guy. Met him and Papaya over at DreamHack Austin. And they're just absolutely lovable. They played in the duos tournament where they were competing against Shroud and Doc.
Oh, that's awesome.
Actually managed to get some really solid plays inside of it. My favorite part about it was there was Papaya actually coming over here, and you can see that Donald gets docked as well as Claims. So this is going to be Eternal and Ryoku for undercover, praying that she can stay undercover right now, and she's got just a smidgen of life. Claims is going to be going for the res on this, but looks like Donald is still moving around quite a bit, so hasn't managed to link down. Nades are starting to come out now. So Ryuku still hasn't managed to get up the health yet, so a
There he
little bit
goes,
delayed on
finally.
that. So that means that's going to be an exchange of meds for a res. So now we've got cover coming out for Clams, so Eternal can kind of hold these different angles. Long range nade's going to come out. Distance looks like it might be good, and yeah, Ryuku's going to try to retreat back off of it, and the grenade actually connects and takes him down. Nice Kobe coming out there.
I love that Ryoko tried to preempt the nades. No, okay, they're going to be coming at me. I need to get away from this place. And they're like, he's probably going to run away. Let's throw them even further. And
If
it
I had
just
to take a
feels
wild
bad,
guess,
man.
probably connected, hit the ground right next to him.
No.
Rolled down the hill because you could see it was on the slope, so you heard the clunk, and then it was like, "Oh my God, I need to move," and then ran right alongside the nade as it rolled down.
Do you think Ryoko should have, in hindsight, gone to res Donald while he knew that a res was happening on the other side?
I don't know, to be honest. In that one, I would have probably just abandoned the fight. Would have been the most logical thing because trapped behind a tree, that's never a good spot. Your
Right.
teammate is about 20 meters off to your right, and you have somebody that's got a hard angle onto you. So the better thing to do, in my opinion, would just be like, "Sorry, bro, you're dead. I gotta get out."
Hold on, I got to talk about this frame and this camera. I love how much he didn't care. He's like, cool, I got a frame, because streamers need frames around their cameras, and I'm going to put a camera in. It doesn't fit the frame, doesn't matter. It's there. What else do you want, man? Come on, I'm playing some PUBG.
Playing for content is
That's
what
right.
he's doing.
Rocking the Mini 14 and the M416. Mini 14, gun that was notoriously a laser gun when it first came out, but since has been
Still strong. Still strong.
Still a strong gun, but not as broken.
Not 100% pick rate in pro play like it used to be. Now we're starting to see a little bit more variance coming in, naturally with DMRs, submachine guns. A couple of people actually leaning into the SCAR nowadays, too.
Oh, boy.
But AK is also starting to get a little bit more love, but I've always been a little bit of a fan of the AK.
Really?
It's a tangled beast to deal with, but whenever you're dealing with it specifically on this map, you have to remember, it only takes about 30 bullets to take out any vehicle it's driving through. So like a UAZ or whatever, perfect clip size for the AK. So if somebody drives through and you can hit most of your spray with a teammate, free kills.
I feel like my favorite gun, my go-to gun for a long time was the M16. Purely because I'd played with an M16 in so many other games, and the iron sights were so familiar.
Well, there was a period of time where you actually had the M16, whenever you set it on burst fire, fired faster than full auto.
Oh, wow.
As long as you did the taps with it just right. So you could actually spray down someone so quickly with the M16. It's still strong now in burst mode, but full auto is naturally just kind of usurped it.
Soda Wipe and Flux doing what must be done here in Erangel, having to cross the long open fields with just hay bales for cover, making use of some vehicles to move in on the circle. They're going to be heading into the Gatka region, I believe.
Well, that just seems to be the home with it. With a circle like this, you can see that most of the is going to be wide open. We've got Everest that's up over there. Oh
dear,
no.
feels bad.
It'll
Does he
tilt,
get it?
it'll tilt, it'll tilt.
Hey.
It's fine. Yeah.
Close
So,
one.
with this, we've got a whole bunch of Gatka fields inside the circle. We've also got Everest, and we've got those fields also just on the other side of the hill south of Gatka. So a lot of this is kind of dead space. We've got like a lot of hay fields that nobody wants to hang out in. Nobody wants to go hide behind those hay bales yet. So that's why you're seeing the mass exodus of everybody making a push over towards the quarry area.
Yeah, because the Georgia Pole also just a massive convoy of vehicles crossing those two bridges. It's going to be a massive amount of players rolling on each other as you see right now. Palomitas, come on, run them over. I want to see it happen.
I don't think that he knew they were there. He was trying to avoid shots from the other angle. Now starting to get lit up from this side of it. Gotten dipped really low on life. His teammate's trying to make his way over there. Looks like he was potentially going to go try to support. So now Mario Jr. under a lot of pressure, doing the jump, trying to make it behind the tree. Does manage to get back over there. Looks like he could get a res onto it. Meanwhile, off in the distance, that's going to be DXRK?
And maybe Darks.
Darks.
Make it easy.
Circle has now popped up, but keep in mind, you can see on the mini-map, there's actually somebody swimming across that little river right now that might have a nice angle on this once they make land.
He's moving in. Gonna get can be the third party in this fight, as you see. Our Team 23 here is again looking for the angle.
Didn't
play
manage
the
to get
originally
res,
down.
and the meds up. Now it's starting to do the aggressive push. This is a little bit late coming into play here. Usually when I try to get this before the meds and all the health come up. So now it's just going to be a standing fight right there on the edge of the river.
Does it resolve?
Trying to look back and
It's like
forth.
Mario's still taking shots there. We'll pass. We'll move on to another fight.
It looks like Mario Jr. actually does end up winning that fight in that exchange right there.
Congratulations, but Felipe, I think, who was the one crossing the river, still alive, still hidden. Oh, they're still fighting here. So Columbia, is it Palomitas is downed again, I believe, and
like
Mario's still alive. Columbia looking for the shot here.
That's going to be the second down, so hard bleed out. That's why he had to hard commit to a push over here. This is a fight that's going to drag for just a second. Slow both of them down. Rez does get up. Nice retaliation, getting the kill. Now it's just a matter of how much did they lose to make it across this river, because they've had to burn through a lot of meds, 2 downs on 1 player. That means if he gets dropped again, it's essentially done. They need to get the loot off these people, and they need to move quick because they only have 50 seconds to make it right around the side of the foothills of Everest.
Meanwhile, Coney Queen, checked in with her a number of times, still just trudging her way into the new circle. It's been a big reposition game for this team, as I don't think they've seen much action yet.
It's a big part of how this map can play sometimes. Depending on your pathing and how you make the approach, naturally with everybody making that hard push down to quarry, it's going to be pretty wide out and in the open for everybody that's coming in a little bit late. There are a couple of duos that are still hanging around on the outside. Got another Navy group making their way in. Managed to find themselves boats, going to make a little bit of landfall on the far western coast. Other than that, everybody's kind of chill at this point. Got about 20 seconds before the circle comes in. And I think at this point, it's just going to be about where the hard shifts come into play. If it stays around quarry, then, hey, everybody can be nice and cordial, probably find themselves a couple of different places to play. 56 people alive, probably lose about 10 or 15 on that. But if we see it shift maybe towards Everest or Antenna Tower or maybe just over towards Chopsticks or something like that, this could get real violent real quick as we have so many people stacked around the quarry area.
It was fighting happening up in Georgia Pole. This area got very compressed very fast from all the people that came in from the north side, having to make it across the bridges. And there's going to be Cabritos there up in Georgia Pole getting some wins.
Bites off. Looks like our guys managed to make landfall, or kind of regretting it at this stage as they're trying to push up and forward. Taking a lot of damage now, trying to make it to the side and cannot get it. As Pavanelli looks like they got the kills. Nice coming out there, and Soda drowned.
Oh. Well, this is the kill we just saw. Just a little bit of a replay here.
That is some
Pavanelli's
wicked
perspective.
awesome hair. Did you see
That
that?
was gorgeous.
I want to know whatever product he is using for that hair.
Eternal's hair isn't bad either here. And he's rocking the Biodynamic DT770s. It's a great pair of headphones.
See, I'm not that big of an audiophile.
I'm not that big of an audiophile either. I just own that pair of headphones, and that's a really good one.
Instantly bonded. You've
Also,
made a connection with them.
Ninja uses those headphones, so they're the best, clearly.
You've said that on a PUBG stream?
Dude, he plays Ninja the Halo Pro, you know?
You guys can't see it, but I'm giving him a death stare.
He's not happy. He's not happy.
I mean, to be honest, Ninja's a great guy. Love him. He
great.
just recently played a PGI as well, so he does play with PUBG.
He does.
It's just, yeah.
That's the response. I should have gone with that instead of with going back to Halo. But like, you played PUBG. What are you talking about?
Nah. I mean, he was actually a professional PUBG player as well. He played with Luminosity back at IAM Oakland.
Still technically under that Luminosity banner. So is the circle starting to move in? Do what?
You know, Luminosity has to be enjoying that.
Oh, they have to be. It's the best thing that's ever happened to
more
them.
people view this.
They probably sell so many jerseys off that little ad that cycles up on his stream all the time.
So now we're just a matter of waiting, seeing where the next circle is going to pop off at. And hey, we got looks like a supply crate dropping down. This is kind of brave, shooting a supply crate right in the middle of the hayfields. Oh. Sure, you're near an antenna tower, but
and he's by himself too. His teammate's already dead. Dark's thinking about that crate,
and he's gonna get away with it. I think. I don't think that there's anybody around him right now.
I think it maybe even kind of falls into the same category as earlier we were talking about. You know, not everybody dropping on the same spot, being like, oh, everyone's gonna be going to Pachinki, so I'm gonna go up to Stahlberg instead, and then everyone's there. Same thing with the crate, and everyone's like, everyone's gonna be going for the crate. I don't want to go for it. And Darks gets it alone.
Well, he also has antenna tower, which is kind of hard to hold by yourself. We're getting a little bit of the fights that are happening around Observatory. A lot of people on the southern area of the map. But on the far eastern side, look at this. We've got Claims up in a little bit of a skirmish over here with Coney Queen and Senti.
I believe we were maybe Saint.
Saint?
I think it's
Santi, I'm thinking?
We'll go Santi. Santi works.
Sanvi?
Is And Chewbacca's pretty far away there in the back. Just a bit of depth perception. Enjoying the beds, though.
And down on the bed with the towel, kind of sprawled out. You can tell at this point they're just joking around. they're just. This is what you do. This is what I do. Whenever I'm like, all right, we just gotta wait and see where the next circle is.
He's using the spa day bathrobe too.
He is. That's what I'm saying. He's got the towel around him.
I love it. See, that's you could look like this. Look at that in bed. They're just playing house while they wait for the circle to close in. And it has shown up here. We'll be moving over kind of in between all of the big landmarks.
Yeah, just kind of centered. Nothing too terribly scary. And a lot of the teams are in there really, let's say, and just the southern teams. Oh, and look at this. Somebody got themselves an armored UAZ inside of one of those supply drops. This could be very useful in a circle like this with this much dead zone and terrain. Like lack just inside the fields.
He's got body armor too, like IRL body armor.
I know, like he's like triply protected right now.
He also has actual level 3 body armor on him as well. So yeah, these guys ready to take an RPG to the face. Lucky for them, that's not a thing.
They're just driving around. They have no fear at this point. Like, where do we want to fight at? What do we want to claim and make our own? Meanwhile, got a little bit of a stalker coming back behind Mario Jr. and Palomitas.
Chewbacca, he's gonna be ticking down here. So he's running in the blue, but he has no other option. He has to move, and he can't even try to take the kills.
They still have a ways to go. They've got about 500 meters of following back behind these guys.
With how valuable kills are, if he realizes he gets to a point where he can't, okay, he has to.
Doesn't even have a helmet. This is a rough state of affairs. Is there like naturally it looks like Palomitas. Actually, Palomitas gets dropped by Claims because remember we were seeing Claims set up a second ago, so it walks right into some bullets there. Chupacabra and no, what was it? Chewbacca? Is that what is it?
Chewbacca, I think.
Chewbacca?
I think it's Chupacabra was the first thing I went with too, but I think it's Chewbacca.
So we got Palomitas.
Claims versus Mario.
A little bit of a post-up. And this is what we talk about, those mutually assured destruction points. Because now Claims can't move forward. He knows he needs the meds. So now he has to get another kill on it. And wow, that is phenomenal shots coming through there. Going for the reposition on it, but it seems Mario Jr. is aware of it. Pushing back and forth, playing around the tree. Nice play coming out from Claims.
Going to look to grab the meds and get out of there quickly. But he does have Chewbacca up on top. Just needs to worry about that and make sure that that player doesn't spot him. Pick him off while he's looting. Meanwhile, our armored bros looking for more. What do you even left to loot once you have a tank and level 3 armor and full?
He doesn't have a level 3 helmet yet.
I guess
time to go start chasing crates.
Time to become Juggernaut.
Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, think about it. They can easily pull up to any crate that they want at this stage and just kind of park the UAZ next to it and be like, I dare you. I dare you to take shots at us.
Janice doesn't look anything like his avatar that he's got right there next to his face.
Well, maybe that's why his character looks.
Yeah, I mean that's who he wants to be, I guess.
He's role-playing. He's embracing
I love it.
I have many friends that play with those goggles. They love those goggles.
That's what gaming's all about here.
Oh.
Taking shots at our tank.
Slow driving up that hill, just doing UAZ things.
Precisão, 170.
Yeah, like how he's pretty intense about this. Like, okay, spotted somebody, shot goes through just a little bit wide, but nice peek on that. How did I say? This guy plays very confidently, and I respect it.
His play style matches his hair. Ostentatious and confident.
Meanwhile, we got our chiller over here. That's over at the antenna tower. New circle has popped up. Antenna tower is just barely inside of it, but looks like we're going to be moving around north of the quarry, and it's going to be around the swamplands area.
Looks like he got a Groza out of that crate that he got out of the hayfield.
He is intense. Like,
And also the level 3 everything. He's a level 3 armor and helmet, but level 1 backpack.
Backpacks are for plebeians.
Yeah, who needs stuff? That just means that's more bullets so you can miss more, you know?
I know. Just, he has confidence in his aim. He only needs a couple of bullets. He only needs a couple of
If you
meds.
got 40 bullets, you have enough to win the game. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, 38 people alive, easy peasy right
Bullet per head.
Hey, and look, you can see the fact that right now who we're looking at, 45 rounds with the Car 98.
He's literally can just win the game from right here.
I'm kind of curious if he's going to push over towards the antenna tower. Antenna tower is very strong inside of the circle, but is on the edge.
And a Mark 14, a Groza and a Mark 14.
Yeah,
There you go.
Feeling comfy cozy. He's got 211 rounds with this
Let him
one,
go.
so it's just like, nah, I'll take it all.
Sitting cozy there. Moving into the circle as well. And another crate here for Noron. We'll see what they get out of that one.
Right over here next to another duo. Surprised another duo didn't actually try to do any forms of peek up this hillside. Kind of, you think that you would not want to necessarily just like let somebody get these supply crates at this stage. You'd want to try to commit to some type of reaction against it. Now you can see where the circle is up and active at. A lot of swamplands inside of this. There's also the hillside, the observatory, and then we've got the invisibles. I guess people call them boxes now. There's a lot of movement that's come around the southern area. As you can see, this is the firefight that we just jumped over into as 2 different squads caught up. Zero Badass got a little bit of a shot over there, going back towards Fernando. Spray's going a little bit wide. Finally does connect and gets the down onto it, but lost his teammate. Just means he's got 3 corpses to lose.
He has so much more loot, and he gets the 2 kills. You know, the 1 kill that they gave up there, I think is definitely worth it there to secure the double kill. That's 8 points.
Well, for having control over that section of the map, yes. But the problem is now he still has to make his way a little bit further north just by himself. So while I do respect the aggression, I do respect the no, this is our area. I don't know. Like it gets more dangerous. Like whenever you're playing a duos event and you lose that friend, now you've lost your res. Like in squads, if you lose a member here or there, it's not the worst. But all it takes is just that one, and now it's just I can't fail. I can't make a mistake from this point forward.
Pava saw an opponent looting a crate. Is looking to get in a position.
Don't let him get the crates for free. At least tag him a little bit, make him scared, make him regret.
At least just shoot the crate. Let him know that someone saw him, so he just sits behind the crate for the rest of the game.
Do something to be active with. A lot of crates in this area, if you haven't noticed. They're just all over the place. We got a crate vehicle driving around. We got all these, 2 different crates in camera right now.
just right there in front of us.
All the things. This is the place to be at. Presence from heaven. Player Unknown himself was like, this is where I want all the fun to be at.
I bestow this upon you, my child. Go forth and pop heads.
29 people alive, but everybody still has a little bit of space to kind of contend with. So I believe that was the guy that managed to get the crate, managed to make his way down the hillside. Now I'm curious, if we keep condensing around the swamp area, you can see a lot of very interesting fights that could happen because the fighting around the swamp can slow you down quite a bit just based off of movement. And you can see a lot of these guys necessarily don't have vehicles to work around. Already have a duo that's kind of committed down to that. One other one that's actually holding up around the observatory area. Both of them centered pretty closely on the map. Everybody else is kind of avoiding it, though. So if we do end up seeing a hard shift towards the swampland areas, which looks like we're going to have about half of it as a swamp and half of it as a hill with just a smidgen of, I guess, Gatka fields inside of there. So that means that there's not going to be a lot of terrain pieces to play. You can see over there with Forever actually does have a little have a building right over there next to him. And Zoop looked like he was going to try to shoot the cameraman.
He was thinking about it.
Meanwhile, we got somebody doing jumping jacks inside the shack.
He's like, hey, stop watching me. Stop telling everybody where I am. I wanted to win this game. Oh, dear. Janison getting tagged up.
A lot of little sneaky places you can hide, break line of sight. So that you're very aware of, okay, this is where I want to try to get to, but he still has to move forward into this even further. But he does have himself a little reprieve point.
You can just heal up. Guard his back. Look for anybody pushing in, coming in behind him. He's probably not entirely sure. He's got kind of a decent area of knowledge of where those shots were coming from, but still, with having come down behind the hill, now he's blocking his own line of sight here. He's not going to see movement that's right here in front of him.
Yeah, and that's kind of the information problem. Is he being the solo now? He has to commit. He has to make sure he's controlling the area directly next to him, so nobody sneaks up on him. But now he has to surrender a lot of that information of what could be happening in the Quagmire area.
Here's Pava.
Slow sneaks back and forth. Just everybody just throwing some grenades back and forth and saying, "Hey, no, look, I'm here." Here, steps out and around. Shot goes wide. Goes for the spray. Tags him just a touch. Gonna go for a hard push using the terrain piece, making sure to stay low. I like this. Great awareness. Now it's just a matter of where did the reposition go to? Was it on the other side of the hill? You can see that's where he's popping back forth. No, it was just right back behind the shack. A little bit of damage exchange there. Switching back over the Car 98, going for a reload on it. Now notice he's been tagged, so just trying to make sure to regen, get a little bit more health. They still have to push forward into this location to make it inside the safe zone.
That was beautiful use of the ridge there. He can pop up, gain that information you're talking about, pop right back down, and be protected from it. Also use it to reposition and take information away from his opponents. But still, when it came down to the gun game there at the very end, got tagged up a lot and have to back off for now. And Rondi, oh my goodness, can he get away?
Running across the fields in Gatka, that's just a terrible feeling. All about making sure you keep your fancy feet moving. Nobody can hit the shots on him. Looks like he did manage to potentially make it out of that, as I didn't see him pop up inside the kill feed. So you can see that back over here with Pominelli. Looks like he's looking off towards the distance, trying to line up these shots, making sure to take out the tires.
A leg there? He thinks it's a leg, at least. It might be a fence post.
I would have just gone for the tires. I think that's what his teammate was doing whenever they went for the spin back over there.
Nice. I like this choice of the smoke as well, because he's kind of in a weird position. They went from having a great position to all of a sudden being very exposed to those compounds right there. And with the player up on the hill as well, if he hears the firing between them and a third party, might push in. So the smoke to block off one line of sight, be able to focus up on the fight with the shack here.
They do have a strong terrain point that they can play around. Now it's just a matter of waiting game. You can see that's why they're looking in the windows, seeing if anybody's going to peek, seeing what angles they're going to have to run across. Keep in mind there is the road that's in between here. That's in no man's land. So looks like Ozarez managed to get taken down. That's going to be forever holding down this location. Right on the outside of it. They're full committed to that. I'm kind of curious if there's actually anybody over there at the direct time. And yes, there is actually still 2 players holding down the facility, so we're making sure to keep an eye back on that angle. New circle has popped up. It's just a little bit to the east. Going to be right around the snake point inside of this road right south of Gatka, so going to shift a little bit further away from the Quagmire area. Well, actually, still about half inside the Quagmire.
Still moving back more towards the swamps. Pava,
line it up. Oh, no. No, he wasn't even doing shifty feet.
He must. I bet the shot hit, and it just wasn't enough to knock him.
It's enough to say, hey, you don't get to peek that angle anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to make sure that somebody's caught out. Now, that duo, I believe, is, you see them looking back over towards that window. They're just hiding right up against the wall. Now, finally, they have started to move. They had to step out. A couple of shots are starting to go back that direction. And could they actually be able to make it over and through this? After as long as they were trying to hold that peak angle, no. They're on a motorcycle. They're driving out and through. You can see, okay, here we go. They're hopping inside of it. It's UAZ. I thought it was a motorcycle.
It's the UAZ that they popped the tires on, too. So
that's a strong commitment right there. It's like, okay, this is the only thing we got, guys. We got to go. And slowly just driving away.
Oh, does he see the guy off in the distance? My eyes might be playing tricks on me. But they finally get the kills on the UAZ driver. Car 98 coming up strong. You can tell he's still bothered by this player that was in the shack behind him that he's lost track of. He keeps on looking over here, thinks he must be behind that ridge.
Well, this is the ridge points to play across of anything. This is where they know that they need to push into. They know that they need to cross the road, get over to that hillside location, and then try to get some type of control around that hill. Because there's not a lot of good, strong points to play around, and making that run across the road, again, no cover. It's just a bloodbath. Sure, and it doesn't have the most cover on anything in comparison to some of the other maps, but you can see it's much better to at least lay down in grass instead of just run right out in the open where everybody can spot you.
Looking for players in this upper compound. Pava just trying to find as many kills as he can. And Lou Power here, creeping up on Janice. And not sure if either of those players are aware of each other.
So many people just slam down in this little area. Look at the mini-map right now.
Oh my goodness.
Within about 100 meters, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players right now. None of them taking any shots, none of them wanting to do any movement. Everybody's just holding angles, being like, okay, we're just going to try to survive this out. Just trying to see how this goes.
They've all made it into the top 10, so congratulations on that. But now I feel like they understand the kills are worth the most, right? They need to move in and try and be aggressive with each other.
It looks like it's a whole bunch of solos at this point, so they're just trying to play for standing, trying to play for some type of positioning. waiting to see how they're going to have to move. But with them all stacked in that location and surrendering any control points around them, could make it really hard for them.
At least some big open swaths on the map as well, where players are going to be timid to move around in, despite the fact that there's not actually any threat there. No way for them to know it.
Oh, and rewarded. This was a brave call coming out from this crew. They stepped forward, they moved into the actual swamplands, and they're just posted next to a rock, holding wide angles, so they know that they have to hard defend everything around them. 15 people alive. This is brave, but the circle pops right onto them, so they don't have to move.
I love this squad because it's Tostadita and Tostadita, with one with 1A and one with 2.
Got the synergies going on.
You know, it's a nice bait and switch too. You're like, I don't know which player I downed because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Well, you got to play for you just A and double A at that point, right?
That's right, I guess. Just lop off the first part of the name.
Now, the interesting thing about where they move to is if anybody pushes down in that water, it could slow them down just a little bit. So they have nice angles and aim, but they have to protect from distance at this point is actually the biggest problem. So if anybody goes for a wide flank around, trying to get any information, could be very, very problematic. So you can see that just a few duos still up and alive, and a lot of solos. Looking around, I think we've got 5 strong solos, 5 strong duos still together. Oh no! And there we go. That's those long-range shots we were talking about, where they're weak to one side. But now if he has to go to the other side of it, that means that he's vulnerable from all these angles. So it's brave call, and now it's just a matter of information collection. Going, okay, where do I get shot from? How's this gonna go?
Just trying to hold this middle area. And the problem with rocks, especially being in the middle of the circle, is that if you're pushing in from the edge, you know you've got the blue behind you. You generally can assume that you're safe on that side. In the dead center, you've got to be checking every angle. Does he find somebody?
He's still just in the information collection phase. You can see shots going back through. Gets knocked down, but it's going to be a retaliation grenade coming through here. Blue's now starting to come in. I think could potentially have time to get the res onto this, but
they're
gonna
on
have
the
to make
slow
it quick.
side.
Yeah. Some shots coming out there. They're packing over here with Pominelli. You gotta say, he's been doing such a great job so far. That drops us down to 8, so we have moved into our top 10 with 5 teams up and alive. Stada's still hanging out here, still alive, just barely trying to look for the person that killed his teammate a second ago. Double A is still going strong.
Well, he knows the guy that downed his teammate, or killed his teammate, knows he's still here.
Just ran around the rock. Yeah, it's just like, okay, so, but that's the problem. Again, surrendering that information, moving around the rock, now you don't know where the reposition could have gone to. So, with this, looks like most of our duos are starting to make their way inside the safe zones.
Yeah, so it looks like Flux here is the second player to actually get into the swamp, but he's still pretty far away.
Through, does get the down onto one of them.
That's on the Pavanelli.
But now that gets the retaliation shots, and that's going to be all she wrote. Gets taken down. That's going to open up the middle of the map, wide out in the open. Z-Flux does get some shots as well, taking down the other, and that drops us down to 4. I believe that this is a 1v1v2.
Yeah, Flux still alive. Dub Zera. I believe Tostadita. Tostadita.
Oh, he still has to cross the road. That is going to be hard.
He's got a bit of smoke. But yeah, Lu Power and Zoop going to be our final remaining squad here. So it's Flux and Dub Zera there. Our 2 remaining players. Lu Power taking shots.
It's like he does see one person was trying to cross the road just a second ago. Yeah, Dub Zera got pretty lit there. There's going to be in a spot where he can get some more meds off. A couple of seconds before the circle starts to condense down, but it's all going to be on Dub Zero. He's going to have to make this cross. Still probably about another 20 or 30 meters. Meanwhile, Z-Flux heard those shots, repositioning, trying to get a little bit more information. Is playing along this very nice place to play from, but the problem with it is he needs to make sure that he steps up. The moment that the firefight happens, again, it goes back to that paying attention to the kill feed.
Right.
You know there's 4 people alive. Start to hear the nades going back and forth. For all of you know at this point, it could be like 4 solos. So if you see any knocks come into play, you know that that's the moment you need to act and pop up. And actually going ahead and take the risky shots here. Gets Blue Power down, gets it, follows up with another one. Z-Flux with the double kill, turning this into a 1v1.
Good to see it from his perspective here. Finishes off. He's wearing a ghillie suit too. 6 kills he's racked up here, and he could possibly get the win. Just needs to find Dub Zera.
Great, Dub Zera. That free Dub Zera out now managed to make the cross over to the road. Is over next to the shack. So you can see Z-Flux instantly knows, okay, probably going to be in this location. Makes a switch over to the AR instead of the DMR. Just keep rotating it back and forth. I like this. Anytime he goes for a rotation, switches to a weapon that he can spray with.
No, once he's in a solid spot, trust his aim. Switching back.
Got a nice scope on there for a very close range fight.
You might think about swapping that one out for a different one, but here he's confident he's in this shack. He probably saw him move in, and it's a Dub Zera is in a rough situation here.
So little information to be gathered. No idea exactly what happened. Just saw one person get 2 kills, so it feels like, okay, probably got something out of that. How weak is this person? But meanwhile, you can look at this. Z-Flux is just beaded in on this doorway. Just like the moment a shift comes this direction, Sub-Zero is going to have so much work cut out for him.
No circle now. We've moved down to just complete annihilation. The circle will close all the way in.
13 seconds, and so that's where everybody's starting to burn their pain meds, get those set and positioned. I think that right now Z-Flux is a little bit closer towards the center of the circle, so we'll have to move later. As yes, that shack is closer to the edge of it. Oh, going for the shot.
He saw him peek once, so might as well. Has the silencer too.
You can see, trying to get whatever information he can. Trying to do the jumps, trying to see if he can maybe see where this person is positioned
He's so near the center of the circle too. He's gonna have to move
Runs
so
out
little.
2 shots. Sub-Zero gets dropped.
7 kills. The body shots afterwards to celebrate, and congratulations, Z-Flux and company gonna take the win here in game number 2 with 7 kills as well. Team Maya, there's Soda Wipe and Z-Flux getting game 2.
Such phenomenal play coming out there. I gotta say, great aim coming out from Z-Flux. Such solid shots. Gets a double kill and then follows up with a 2-tap to get the win on it. Just such great play.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Was awesome to watch, and he's gonna making a run there for the most kills in the game too. Not quite passing up Secret Smitty from game number 1, but still 7. Quite a formidable amount of points, earning himself 28 points just on kills alone that game.
Just such a solid performance, all things considered. I would love to, I can't wait to see how this develops a little bit more as we're starting to get a lot of these high kill count games starting to they're starting to get back-to-back. Means it's going to make the leaderboard really interesting.
The leaderboard's going to be interesting. Your game in PUBG can be a bit more purple if you go get the Spa Day crate here with Twitch Prime. Pretty easy stuff. You've heard it a million times. You're going to hear it about a million more times before we're done today. You have no reason not to go get this if you have Twitch Prime. It's free. Just click the button, the crown up in the upper right corner of your screen right now. If you're on mobile, come on, man. You can still do this too. I believe in you. With twitch.tv/prime. Find all your rewards there. Folks, it's been pretty good. We're through 2 games. We've got 3 more here for Latin America. Don't go anywhere. The broadcast Royale is going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get right back into PUBG. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Broadcast Royale, where we are able to create logos out of fire. It's pretty crazy. It matches the music. I'm Wavepunk. This is Lucy May, and we're going to bring you some more great PUBG action coming to you here in just a moment.
Absolutely. It is getting wild in here as everyone is just fragging it out.
Oh, my gosh. We've had such high kill games. The people that are winning are just absolute. They're not just winning the game. They're winning the games, and they're winning kills for that game.
Absolutely. It's going wild. Let's check out some replays of this last match.
Let's do it. I want to see him. I want to see who was fragging out here, who he caught fragging out. Because there's always a chance that they catch some replays that we don't get to see on stream too. Capritos, you can see him there up in the top, also knocking down some people. Pavanelli made it really far in this game. He was popping heads and taking names. In the end, he would fall, but still very entertaining. I loved this flank play from Claims as he was able to take out Mario Jr. See you later, bud. Have to go back to the spectating screen.
Where's Luigi, Mario?
Yeah, come on, man. It's easy.
Oh, Fernando and Sergey.
Yeah, it's getting hit out by the Zero Badass. Here, Tosta.
So that mini 14 action happening right there.
Oh, this was the play of the game for me. Z-Flux taking out 2 and then immediately whipping around, snap into this final position. 2 bullets, didn't miss.
Beautiful.
Knocks him down. 7 kills flat there to take the win. And poor Dub Zero, he was just trapped in a poor little hut.
I mean, that's what you get. Honestly, it's so dangerous to be in those huts. But at the same time, it can provide you the cover necessary to get you at least as far placed as you can get.
For sure.
Second place isn't terrible.
For
it's
sure.
not bad.
Absolutely. And folks, here in Latin America, definitely still calculating points. But in North America, we've got the standings from earlier today. Honey Badger Nation took it. If you didn't see it, you should go back and check out the action. There were some pretty great games. Basic is carrying me. Desync, Aztec Gaming, Dude Where's My Car in the top 5. And some other favorite teams there rounding out our top 10.
Absolutely. Spartan Show, I'm surprised they fell down to 11th. They must not have gotten any more kills because they did really well the first couple games. And then, but still, able to secure.
I'm sad to see Hot Men didn't do better than 17th. That team's #1 in my book.
Hey, but they still made it to the regionals that's happening next weekend. So that's fantastic. They have one more chance to show us that they are worthy of a top 10 spot to make it to the live finals.
For sure, folks. If we want to know, of all the teams, these are the North American teams. Well, right now, we're in Latin America. We've got a different set of teams here. We want to know, who do you think's going to win? Let us know by tweeting hashtag Broadcast Royale with the team you think is going to be able to take the victory here. I have no idea who I think is going to take this one at this point. It's been pretty crazy. I want to see Secret Smitty come up and top his 9-kill game.
Yeah, I mean, Flux seems to be somebody I'm watching right now.
For sure.
Yeah. So I'm just going to latch on there.
Take that last game and see if you can maybe carry it on as well. Some great stuff there from the teams we had so far, but we can have, just some more fun, some more great times. Sometimes you got to take a moment away from the games. Sometimes you got to chill out. Sometimes, maybe go get your nails done, go get a pedicure, maybe, just chill in a hot tub. And you need to look good while doing it, don't you, Lucy?
Absolutely. Get yourself a spa day crate if you haven't already. If you're an Amazon Prime member, connect that to your Twitch account. It will make you a Twitch Prime account. That's what it'll do. It'll turn you into a Twitch Prime account.
See the crown on the crate? See the crown above the Twitch logo? That's for the Twitch Prime people. You don't get that crown if you aren't a Twitch Prime person. You get like 40 emotes too. A lot of Pokemon emotes. You get a free sub to some channel. Are you a Twitch Prime user?
Of course, of course.
Who do you use your Twitch Prime on?
My Prime currently is, I don't remember which one it is, but I definitely use it because I also pay to subscribe to some other channels as well. So that's just one of my free ones that I throw out there. But it's a fantastic thing. You can do it every month. It's not just 1 month.
Not just
a free sub every month to your favorite channel.
The one catch is you have to go back and you have to renew it. So every other sub will just kind of auto-renew until you tell it, hey, this streamer's boring now. Stop giving them my money. But with the Twitch Prime, you do have to go back and do it, which is the fun thing. I like to use it. Matcher and I were talking about. We like to give it to like different people every month. I like to find someone to give them a challenge. Be like, hey, if you get 12 kills in this game, I'll sub. And they'll be like, okay, you're on. And then they do it, and they're like, all right, you got a sub, man. I'm like, you earned it, Twitch Prime.
Nice.
Right on it.
Or you can even do it to just, like you said, try a new channel. Right? It's just no strings attached.
It was funny. I was watching one of the bigger streamers in the game. I stream the most, and we were just hanging out, and someone brought up Twitch Prime, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Twitch Prime, haha." And I was like, "Twitch Prime, check everybody real fast," and I just by habit went to check, and my Twitch Prime actually was up. So I'm like, "Oh well, by my own rules, I have to sub to him." So I did.
Twitch Prime sub.
I did for that month.
Yeah, and then of course you get that spa crate that we were just so ecstatic over.
Oh, for sure.
I have it. Do you have it?
I think I do.
Did I put you on the spot?
I think I do. The thing is, I generally just go and claim, because the thing is, you get stuff every single month. You get Twitch Prime loot every single month, so I think I already claimed it. I just don't know if I've actually put the code into the game yet to get it.
Yeah, which you don't even have to put the code in.
Oh, okay.
It's literally just a click to pop your people.
Oh, you just click it.
Yeah,
just click it.
You just connect
and then
your
you
PUBG
have the coziest stuff in the game. There's never been a cozier crate in PUBG.
Absolutely. Well, here we are on Sanhok, starting her off. Third map of the Latin America, Invitational, week 2.
You see that the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Berlin, that just happened. If you missed it, you should go watch it. That was pretty incredible action.
Oh my goodness. Some amazing PUBG action, as you put it.
Almost as good as the action we're about to see here in this third game of the Latin American qualifiers, dude. I mean, this has been some entertaining stuff. These guys, sometimes you might be like, I don't understand what they're doing, I don't understand where they're going, but hey, they're not anything short of entertaining. These guys are amazing.
Yeah, that's the one thing that does kind of make me a little shed a mini tears. I know that they're giving some epic plays, they're coordinating with their teammates, but I don't understand it anyhow. I'm just a noob.
That's okay. It's okay. There's a first time for everything. It's okay. We're learning on the fly, and it's good stuff. These are some great people here. We've got Sergenk and Fernando. They made it pretty far, and then we saw them get wiped by Badass Zero last game.
Is that a sound booth behind him?
And I think it was some sound absorbent foam, yes, to help stop reverberation off the back wall.
Oh, it looked like an entire room dedicated to at least like voiceover or something.
Yeah, maybe he does voiceover work too. That'd be a kind of a fun way to make money on the side while you're a full-time Twitch streamer.
Absolutely. Let's get some of that intel.
But see, we got a very western circle. It's all centered around that northwestern island. So the mainland here, though, to what is the mainland in Sanhok, it's a little bit kind of hard to define, seeing as it's all kind of broken up. But there's definitely one larger landmass. We're going to be moving off of that, moving out to the west. Boot camp's still in there, but nobody went boot camp, despite it being dead center of the map, being probably the most juicy place to get loot on Sanhok. Not going to see anybody there just yet. Maybe Lucy Weird pushing over there with her teammate. They're nearby. We'll see what they do.
You literally caught me off guard for a second. I said, what?
Oh. Like, Lucy, you gonna push over there with your teammate? No.
I was like, what did I do?
Oh, Czar just got nailed. That poor guy. He was just trying to go underneath a bridge. Got caught away.
Tostada. Oh, no, tostadita.
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 And tostadita. Which one is it? Are we?
Tostadita. That one.
But which player are we talking about now?
Oh, right, true.
And
they're taking a risk by getting on a loud vehicle. Bike, it is fast and nimble. However, will be easier to shoot you off because there's no vehicle armor to help you in any aspect. Oh my gosh. Oh, they are going to cross all the way through.
Threading the needle.
That was good to, break line of sight for anybody that happened to be on the other side. And there wasn't. And they made it. And hopefully they don't get up on this ridge line and run into another team.
Yeah, this map is so compact. There's so much stuff on this map that this is thrilling just to watch him dodge all these trees, make it into some rice fields. Oh no, he's going to slip off to the side while he gets his bike back on, folks. Let's check you in with the Latin American standings. Oh, he nearly hits the tree. Didn't quite have it there, but Team Maya won the last game. Going to sit up on top nice and pretty at 421, one off from my favorite number. Secret White going to be there right behind in second place, and Forever Netanho Uno going to be in third place there. Team Power, Naquel Pique in fifth.
I need you saying these names. I feel like I can't compete.
I feel like I'm still like on level 0 too.
And what am I? I'm -1.
I think we're just on different sides of the same level.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But it's still anybody's game because it is 4 points per kill and only a 5-point difference between placements.
And it's 200 points for winning. So if Team Maya had a bad game here, Team Athena that's down there in the last place could, if they were to win, rocket themselves up into the top 3. Winnings does still make a big difference, but the kills are the things that can really set you apart from the pack. So staying on board here with the Tostida gang. They're looting in relative peace and solidarity. Still, most players spread out all over this map. Nobody making a move towards the circle yet. And it's not important necessarily to move as early as it is on the bigger map. Seeing as it's smaller, it's much easier to get over to that circle in a little bit less amount of time. So we'll just be able just to loot the area that they landed, take those early engagements, and then move when the time it feels right.
Yeah, it's typical when you start getting into more competitive situations in PUBG, everyone's not necessarily purposefully looking for engagements. They just want to stay alive. If you happen to see somebody you obviously want to engage and be the victor in that fight. But for the most part, people want to stay alive and try to get as far into the placement as possible, as high up as they can get, because as you said, it's 200 to get towards the top. The higher you are, of course, the more points you get.
And you can see Twitch Josuaris there in the corner, rocking the Spa Day Crate items you can get with your Twitch Prime. Very easy to get that. Just link your Twitch Prime, your Amazon Prime to your Twitch Prime account, and then get the rewards from this previous month.
Beautiful.
And look at that, just giving us the nice beauty shot of the whole thing. Come on, dude. Look higher. Come on, eyes are up here.
He was missing the shoes, but I was impressed he had pretty much the whole entire thing.
He does. He's rocking it, ready to go. Here's Smitty, winner of game number 1, and still, I think, our leader on kills for the day. As they're repositioning. Moving around. No major choke points yet on this map, as there's still a great deal of the circle is in water, but nobody really needing to make use of that just yet. Easy to get back into the circle from where just about everybody is. Very few people far away from the circle at this point, as the blue is starting to move in.
Secret Smitty making his way down this hill. Is he by himself? Looks like he might be
his
solo.
teammate might be right behind the camera, I think.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Here's a vehicle nearby, too.
Zixer.
See if he can find a target.
That's the Tostida. Oh, gosh.
Tostadita?
Tostadita.
Yeah.
Oh, gang that you called them earlier.
Tostadita gang. That's right.
Tostadita gang.
Rolling in on their Dorito Harleys. We're moving up, taking the high ground here.
That was risky. You saw him put his hands up, just kind of, adjusting. He went free run in a competitive game. No big deal.
These the Tostadita game having trouble staying on their bike here in the rice fields, but they finally get away. I think we've seen them on the downed bike a few times. Move over, pick up his teammate, and right now. You see them on the map down on the south. They're looking to make it all the way to the center based on their marker there. There's kind of the two primary ways to position yourself in PUBG, especially in kind of non-professional matches like this, is either go around the edge of the circle looking for kills with this blue protecting your back, or make it all the way to the middle and just hunker down, wait for that final circle to give you new places to position.
And I'm so surprised that they're making it this far without taking any shots. It's such a compact map that you'd think that someone would have heard them and wanted to maybe try to get some pop shots off.
No, there's still 60 people alive, so plenty of people left to be taking the shots. But again, we've talked about this a few times as well. Every time you take shots, you are also revealing your position to other people around. So while they are revealing their position, they are also moving very quickly. Going to be a difficult target to hit, and it might not be worth it to the squads that are aware of Tostadita's position.
Yeah, they're definitely playing it more passive, as I was stating earlier, wanting to stay secretive in their positioning on the map. As everyone, a lot of people outside of the current circle and trying to make their way in, obviously, as quietly as possible.
So far, Secret Smitty not found any engagement. So 0 kills, but...
Oh, they found a car.
Oh, they did. They have upgraded it. They've upgraded. They have room in their squad for 2 more if they wanted. Too bad that's illegal in PUBG and duos.
Yeah, so. They probably have the Spa Day crate, all that, luggage in the trunk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
they had to put it somewhere.
They are collecting Spa Day crates off of other people.
Other bodies.
That's right. They're like, oh, that's a nice bathrobe you got
here we go. My man's Flux getting it down right there.
Good stuff for Flux. Carrying on the success from last game. Same here. Moving around, just checking this top of this hill. I want to say, but he's hanging in the blue as well, which means that he's going to be coming out and surprising anybody who is currently here in Paradise Resort. It's just not. He's spending so much time. The circle's been there for a while. He's going to finish off Calera.
However, he did get the kill. That's good.
He did.
I was like, don't let the blue take your kill. Get those 4 points.
He needs to find some meds.
Coming into Paradise Resort, pretty risky to just run on through a high. I mean, it's pretty. Going anywhere where there's buildings and a lot
just
of
to
loot.
run on in, yeah. But at this point, with the circle being where it is, it's going to be pushing him in. It's causing a sense of urgency. He's just slowly losing health, and this is now onto the second circle's tick as well. So he's going to be losing more health than that just little incremental amount. But again, I'm surprised that he's not moving into Paradise Resort at all. I feel like maybe taking more blue. If he's got enough meds for it, then use the blue, get away from the higher density area. And look at this. He's actually found some nice cover. He's able to just walk from the blue straight into a structure. So smart play there.
Yeah, which has a first aid right there in front of their faces. And that's what I was saying. I was a little concerned they were going into Paradise Resort. That was going to be risky. but they did make I think, the correct move to go around it. The blue has started moving again, but it's still outrunnable if they are able to continue on with their journey.
When he just got that first aid kit, he just found another one, so
Yep.
they'll stay with a relative nice buffer of meds to work with, but the circle is moving decently far from them.
Yeah, but you'll see he's kind of catching up with the blue. So that's good. And with the edge of it, he's going to be able to make it out.
They are on the slow side of the blue. The circle is a bit closer to this side of the circle, so the blue wall will move in relatively slower to the players. And as you said, yeah, they're able to make it back out, and now at this point just got to stay ahead of it, and we'll keep on moving forward. 52 alive, 27 teams. As they are trying to concentrate down in. Not a lot of fighting has happened, despite this being a smaller map with the same amount of players. Just enjoying. Nice. The thing about PUBG that I have had few games I've played where I've experienced more jump scares than PUBG because of that silence. That just like there's an air. It just feels like, oh, everything's at peace, and then all of a sudden there's bullets in your brain, and I literally jump out of my chair every time. It's terrifying to me.
Yeah, I feel you on that, especially if there's, the bullets start buzzing by, or even if, say, a nade just starts landing in
These
there.
players in the same building. They're right around the corner. Here he comes. Ronnie's going to get the shot on the one. Can he get it onto the second one as well? His teammates just shooting through the doorway, just pre-firing, just hoping to get anything. Ronnie's going to challenge, jumps through the window. Can he get it? No, he's down, and that's going to be not official. Official taking the win there. But at the cost of his teammate, though, unfortunate. He does get to live and play another day. But what an engagement.
That was interesting. Ronnie making that real tough, hard, aggressive push.
I loved seeing him just choose to go for it. I'm just going to come through and just going to surprise you coming through. He jumps on through, but wasn't able to make any of his shots connect. That'll cost them the match here. They will be back to the loading screen.
But he was able to, at least when he got that initial down, he finished that off, so he got the 4 points for that, and they weren't able to get that revive. Now we've got that left with that solo player running off on their own, but we're here with Secret Smitty, winner from the first map. Winners.
The winners here, yes. Him and Ernzar. I've kind of just decided. I think I'm pronouncing the X's as A's.
Yeah.
Like least speech. We had someone earlier named Dark with an X. So it was like DXRK. It was like Dark's just so much easier.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I wish I had a pronunciation guide in front of me.
Yeah.
So I'd love to be able to just promote their brands. Yeah, they're down there in the circle, just fine. Right now, looking for loot, looking for targets, getting those kills, trying to distance themselves. Right now, sitting in second place, too. They're not up there in first, and that was a great sub notification.
I felt that.
Lasered him. Cabritos is gone. See you later, bud. Flux. Up to 2 kills now. Trying to match his 7 from last game.
Roda direita, que aí a gente vai sair na frente dos caras.
You can see them here playing the edge of the circle. These are the guys that came through the blue. We're happy just to play in the blue, and now moving along the edge of it on the upper side, just trying to clear out anybody. And we can see from their current position on the map, there's a squad up in front of them, but they're currently in a fight, and that's going to be kills happening here. They'll be coming in just a second after the delay catches up. They won't be finding many more people on this circle.
Mas tem gente nessas pedras, pô.
See Donald.
Já viu os
Be able to get some kills on the Zero Badass.
And
Janison, I think was what I was saying. I was commenting on how fabulous his avatar was.
Oh, yeah. That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Oh, and we're back.
Oh, please hit these shots.
Eles estão tentando passar pra cá, ó. Eu achei que ia vir pra aqui, se pá, sei lá.
I agree.
Não tô em dúvida onde é.
QBU, QBZ. Perfect loadout for Sanok.
Pavanelli going to be taken out forever. Black Saxon knocking out Trutroyador.
Oh, we need to see some action in the pits. This is not that area I thought it was, because I saw this little land area on the left side that we're seeing.
Então, pô, tem outra ainda.
Here's
Pick him
Insecta.
up. Get all the goods.
Rocking the M24. Oh, and finally some shots there. See Flux. More. I believe this might be Soda Swipe. This is Soda Wipe. Able to take out his first kill. That's up to 3 right now for Flux and Soda Wipe.
This is pretty coming on the outside of this. He's taking those DMR shots. Come on.
Just one more peeking the other side of the tree. Constantly peeking both sides, but keeping a little bead here on Lucifer. able to make the shots happen. His teammates here now, they can just peek both sides. It's going to be just pincer him behind that tree. Get it. That's 4 kills now. These are current leaders as well here in the Latin American broadcast Royale.
Flux 9. Oh, now we're back with Flux and Soda Wipe.
265 só.
Pushing in right at the edge of the circle. They were playing it slow because, as you saw, they were at the top, overlooking as you were calling out, making sure no one was coming up behind them, and then clearing out their path in front of them. They're in a decent position.
On the north side, we've got Donald undercover, camping the bridge, but nobody's coming across, and they've got a bunch of players lined up underneath them here to the south, so if they were to move that direction, they can maybe find some engagements. Claims an Eternal out in the middle of the river on an island. Need to cross eventually, as you see our new circle there, dead center on the map. I mean, no water there.
That is a mountain. There's a big mountain there. This is going to be interesting. Because sometimes people position themselves at the very top of that, which gives you an advantage. But however, when the circle shifts off of it, coming off can either, it's going to cost you your life. You literally can't. We had some epic plays in the last Invitationals and Open. It might have been actually in the Open. However, they got stuck up there and they just did a beautiful swan dive because they knew it was over. They couldn't get down. It was one of the final circles, and either the blue was going to kill them or the jump was going to kill them. They didn't want to give away their 4 points to anybody.
They chose the way to go. You can't kill me, I kill me. But out here, Flux and Soda Wipe, they've been doing great, been getting a lot of kills, been moving around this edge, but needing to find a way across the river. Flux just opts just to swim it. Soda Wipe and guarding him over the top.
Yeah, the good thing about
behind.
Yeah, the good thing about this spot is it slows you down immensely when you're waist high in the water like that, but at least your gun is out, so if you do start getting shot at, you have a way to defend yourself, whereas if you're swimming, you can't defend yourself at all. So that's the trade-off there. But you can't even crouch underneath, so you can't escape it, but you have your gun.
Sitting duck.
Yeah.
They'll move in on the edge. Donald, we're getting a lot of kills this game. Oh, and here we find more on the claims. There's one more underneath. Can he find it? Gets the shot off, but no finish. Finds another one, and he gets Eternal there. 4 kills now for Flux. Oh my goodness. He's continuing on his tear.
It's just another map for them. I mean, after that, yeah.
After game number 2, taking the win there. Flux, oh dear, getting tagged. Soda Wipe.
Not like this.
Oh, and he gets knocked. There's such range there. The Magel Zhao show. To be able to knock him out with an M24 long-range snipes, and I believe he might just be done.
Yeah, I think that he's going to have to be left to the blue. Oh!
And
yeah,
Flux,
he's leaving him.
Yep, Flux just peacing out. Says, thanks, bud. Appreciate the kills, but I gotta win from here. Can he find another one? Gets him. That's the man that knocked out his teammate, too. He gets revenge for Soda Wipe. Can he get in and finish off the duo as well? He needs both these kills. He'd be up to 6, I believe, if you were able to finish this off.
Yeah, and that already puts them really wonderfully.
So aggressive. Just moving straight across, white out in the open.
Yeah, right. It seems that there's a good gap, a pretty decent gap on skill with these players here in this lobby.
He's choosing not to breach the house. Both players are in the house. You can see on the minimap down in kind of the southeastern corner. He's choosing to flank on the other side, hoping that he can get them both as they're about to come out. He's looking for it. The door is open, but nobody's exiting. They're going to be popping out the windows. Does he get the kills?
Yeah, he can't. He definitely couldn't make that push by himself because he had no idea where they're at. And 2v1, never want to go in down numbers. So he obviously got a little peek on him leaving. So now he's going to trail in on them, which is really interesting that they're not even going to pay attention to where he's at. Oh, they're going to part ways. They said, see ya.
The other
this
way.
is where we end.
Decides he didn't want to get revenge. Magel Zhao was down, so they at least had to blow through some meds there, but the res probably came through. Like you said before, he was able to make it out there, so probably would have been a 2v1.
Look at all those crates!
Oh,
Philippe
man.
was like, look.
I love this. you know what's happened. This picture tells 1,000 words. She's sat in this room, 3 people have walked through, and she's just knocked them down over and over again. I love this. And she's in the circle, too, playing for the win, doesn't care if it's not exciting. I actually personally love watching this. It's just the hunt.
Yeah, well, she's down a man. I mean, she's by herself, so she doesn't have the support of her teammates. So she does have to play it extra safe. Oh, goodbye.
Brutal. That was brutal. Just watched up to watch an execution.
Bodies dropping.
Oh my
9
goodness.
kills. Flux.
9 kills. He just killed Flux. He just killed him. Pava made it super far last game, but he's finally going to knock out our leader from last time. Knocks out Magel. Can he get the other one too?
Wow.
12 kills. Look at him go.
Pavanelli.
Oh my goodness.
So,
What a play.
Here I am talking about being a solo player and making it a little passive, and you got Pavanelli over here freaking getting 11 kills, taking on a 1v2.
This is Felipe and Pavanelli, the ends of the spectrum.
Polar opposites.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Camping in a corner versus destroying the player who won last game and the squad that was trailing him, putting himself up at 11 kills. Holy cow. 13 alive, 8 teams. We're into our top 8 squads as the circle is getting narrower and narrower.
That's what the fantastic thing about PUBG is you can play it how you want. If you want to play it passive, it's possible. If you want to get aggressive, it's possible.
Look at this angle.
Pavanelli.
Down with 11 kills. But Smitty's looking straight down at him. It doesn't look like he's aware. Oh, now looking up. Probably hears him.
Oh, we heard him. You see that face?
Yeah.
He instantly. Oh!
We were commenting on how fantastic we think Pavanelli's hair is.
Yeah, that is good.
That's
Again, can we get a shout for what he uses for his hair?
Yeah, I need it. Get this man a sponsorship, a hair
like
gel sponsorship.
Maybe like a clay?
Possibly,
Wax?
yeah. It doesn't look. It's not that shiny. At least not in this camera. But dropping smokes, looking to cause a distraction. Maybe see if we can get a different angle here because he's just so trapped down there. Meanwhile, we're to pop over to David, his teammate. Right now, Priminho or David Duera.
Oh, they've actually left Pavanelli, but we're here with Primino. That's what we're trying to say, yeah. And our Kuya. That's part of the fun.
Anarquia? Yeah. I don't know. The R throws me off a little bit. Oh dear.
Oh, no.
Players getting down left and right. Xtain's down, and his teammate has a sliver of health. Can the noob win it? No, that's going to be them out at 8th place, but a valiant effort. Pava still holding this bottom of this cliff. He knows he's got 11 kills, and there's 11 alive.
He has a great position right here. He's got that mountainside to cover his left side. He is at the very edge of the circle. Wow.
Taking shots. I think these are the players. This might be Secret Smitty and his teammate who were up above on the cliff, the thing that was terrifying him. So to back off, and Secret Smitty wants to push in. I believe this was maybe be from a few seconds ago. This might be right now as he's pushing down towards Pava. And our players who are currently in the compound. This is the only compound that is left in the circle.
Yep. And you can find solace inside buildings, right? But at the same time, it can still be butt clenching because you're waiting for that grenade to just come flying in.
You know you're a target. Everybody's looking at you. So right now, 4 alive, 7 teams.
And
running right by. Can he find the shots? Looks for him. Oh no, his teammate's dead. Secret Smitty and Enzar running in. Now it's all up to Anarquia. In the other house.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
I thought Anarquia was going to try to go by themselves. Oh!
He downed him. Can he finish him off through the doorway?
This is the time to push. If you're going to push, you know
drops the smoke.
You've got a teammate down there, an enemy player down.
He's teasing the revive, but it doesn't happen just yet. Smitty's going to take out Norin as well. And now I believe it is Smitty, Anarquia, and Pavanelli currently left. And that's going to be the squad out. Anarquia and Secret Smitty dead.
Cleaned it up. He said, nope, you're going to take out my teammate? Coming in with a revenge.
So Anarquia, there's still one squad left. And then, is it Pavanelli? Is that the remaining player? There's one squad up on the top. No, we have, okay, so now it is just down to 3 alive. So this is Anarquia and one remaining duo who we haven't seen much of. Is that Malik? He's moving around. I can't read his name.
And they have to come off of that mountainside.
They do.
They're going to be fully exposed to Anarquia. They have to worry about not taking too much damage on the way down, so they're not going to be able to fully focus on the single player at the very bottom. This could be interesting.
The circle favoring really neither team. Both are going to have to remove.
Nice.
Oh, does he get him? Oh, just peppers him to death. That's Columbia. And he's down. Now in the 1v1. Does his teammate go for the res? He doesn't really have any time with the circle starting to move in here in just 1 second. Now going for it. Anarquia can just push up on him. He knows they have to come down.
That's down.
There he goes for it. Does he get the shots? He does. He gets the win.
He's so hype. He's so hype.
Oh, I love it. Making eye contact.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Congratulations on 4 kills as well. Anarquia going to wipe Secret Smitty there, the winners from the first game.
Oh.
Goddamn, that's their name.
GD.
Right there, folks.
That's what that play was right there. The team name. Dang.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations. I'm disappointed I lost track of what happened to Pavanelli there at the end.
Oh, yeah.
He was on such a tear with 11 kills. That's our, as far as I've seen on stream, 11's our new record. So
For
that was
a single player.
Yeah, for a single player. That's pretty impressive stuff. And he held the record before that, too. No, he didn't. It was Secret Smitty that held it at 9 kills. So, but they made it there towards the end. Such a close game. And well done to Anarquia, Team GD. We can go with that. I'm down
GD,
with
yeah, Team GD. But I'll be honest, I was a little concerned for Anarquia. I thought that they'd be outnumbered.
Yeah, the angle was pretty
like,
crazy.
But even before that, when their teammate went down, the positioning there, it was a 1v2, and I was just really concerned for his well-being there because the way he was positioning himself. But as soon as he got that initial knock, I was like, this guy knows what he's doing.
And he was able to push in. I love the Secret Smitty also kind of was like going for the res, but then constantly wanted to check. He didn't want to be caught off guard. Still didn't matter. Ended up going down. And Team GD going to be able to take the win there. Folks, if you thought that play was just crazy dirty and you need to wash off, definitely go get yourself a spa day, folks. And use the spa day crate with Twitch Prime. Some great stuff, some great loot. Can't say it enough, and I'm not going to stop saying it despite how tired you are of hearing about it. You shouldn't be, because it's pretty amazing. I love it.
Exactly. I mean, I have it. I want to, every time, I'm not even kidding, I just click on the crown at the top of my Twitch page just to see and make sure I have it right.
Just gotta make sure you have it. Make sure you got all the other good loot. Folks, we're through 3 games now. Just 2 more here for Latin America here on our Saturday broadcast from Broadcast Royale. We're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, more great PUBG action coming right at you.
of Broadcaster Royale, presented by Twitch Prime. I'm Lisa Malambry, aka Lucy May. With me is Matchroom. We are here in week 2 of the Latin America Invitational Qualifiers. And the top 20 from today will advance to the regionals next Saturday to play the previous top 20 and for a top 5 spot.
I know. I'm excited about
finals.
We're slowly whittling it down at this stage. We got 2 more games left today. Then we got the regionals next week. And then we have the LAN final 2 weeks after that. Everything's starting to get a little bit more spicy, a little bit more heated up. Everything's moving together. Speaking of things that were getting spicy, last round was absolutely insane. Let's take a quick look at what was happening inside of that. Coming back over here with Soda Wipe and Z-Flux coming through, getting a kill on it, and then dying to play zone to follow it up at this positioning coming out of here from Roddy. Getting it down, getting the kill onto one of them. You can see it comes into a little bit of a peak battle, then goes for a push right into the spray and just gets taken down.
That's amazing. Here we are with Flux. 2 of his many kills. Soda Wipe, teammate, swooping it up. Try Trurudo. I don't remember. It felt like try harder, bro.
And then Lucifer pinned back behind the tree, though. But coming through there, I mean, there's a lot of really interesting names inside of this. That was a great shot onto Claims. Follows it up. Goes for the peek in just 1 second. Comes around, gets the double kill, but then gets caught on the beach on the push down. But you can see Z-Flux goes down inside of that spray, as well as Megalo Show just getting knocks after knocks there coming out. And then coming up, getting the finishing kill. And all I can say is, God damn. Gets the win on it.
Dang, that is fantastic. And with all of that action, we actually have your standings for the Latin America region. Right now, let's take a look after 3 maps where everyone stands.
Oh, I love it. Coming back over here in the North American standings with the top 20, we've got Honey Badger Nation that they came in first place. And it was going to be Grizzly Mallory and Slab the Russian. Falling back up in second place was Basic is Carrying Me with Kefri and Basic. Then D-Sync with Moxie and Dat Trinergy. Fourth place was Aztec Gaming with Beaner as well as Clumsy coming through there. And then 5th place was Dude, Where's My Car with an awesome pun. And it was the Bear Jew Live and Hades.
You really like that car.
I love puns.
That is pretty fantastic.
I also love the fact that where are they at in 7th place? We've got IRL Duo, which is actually a real life couple.
I know that's what I was gonna say right after you were finished. Was that Terran and Machine Gunner? They are an IRL duo, and that's what their team name is.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I like it. Yeah, and these are the top 20 for North America.
And if you guys haven't actually encountered Terran and Machine Gunner, they're a very cool couple. I recommend watching their streams, specifically when they play together. There's a little bit of banter back and forth and everything else like that. Play fight, it's fun.
I mean, you kind of have to if you play video games with your significant other. There's gonna be that friction sometimes, but between you, you know it's just normal, and everyone else is just kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, well, that kind of works. Like, I play some video games with my wife every once in a while, and you know, there's difference of opinion whenever shot calling goes down. Sometimes that's just the nature of the beast. Whenever you play with significant others.
Yeah, I know. I loved it. I mean, we keep talking about Machine Gunner and Terran, but again, there was a match where in another tournament where Terran just was fragging her face off, and Machine went down. But you know, sometimes when you hear them and they just kind of bicker about no, but this or no, but that. No, get me up. No, but it's so cute. That's love.
Extra love.
I hope you all can find that.
Real love is playing PUBG with your soulmate there. That's the way it goes.
The couple that plays PUBG together stays together.
Or gets so violently mad at each other they start trying to hit each other with their keyboards.
Yikes.
That's the way I've seen it.
I mean, hopefully they have the spa day crate then, you know, because then they can just hopefully have that pillow. And they're just like,
That's what you need. Yeah,
deflection.
Again, we need this Twitch. We need the real life little cozy stuff. So that way you can have like the nice little like neck rest, so while you're playing and everything gets stressed out and you die and you have to watch your significant other while spectating, just kind of lean back onto it in your nice gaming chair.
You need one for your flights.
I have
a pillow.
Well, I want a
But
Twitch
you need
one.
a Twitch one, yeah.
Yeah, a Twitch one. I gotta advertise.
Because it looks like a little fuzzy one.
And now, in addition to this, guys, we can't watch all of the streams, but we are encouraging you. Please make sure that you're going and checking out anybody that's cool, anything that you see. Make sure to send us a clip of it using the marker right down here, Broadcaster Royale. Use that hashtag. Send us anything. But you know what? We're in the last 2 games. I also want you to tell us who you think is going to win, because we're in this final little section right now. I can already see Twitch chat was talking about lots of favorites coming through here. They have their own fan bases starting to come in, starting to really rally for them. So make sure you're using this hashtag. Let us know who you think is going to win.
Yeah, the hashtag Broadcaster Royale and all the tweets that you do. Even if you want to just say hi, I'm going to allow it. I'll allow it.
Yeah,
hi,
you can at me. That's fine.
or at Matchroom _GG.
Yep.
Right?
always coming through there. And so speaking of our comfy, cozy pillows that were coming into play that I really want Twitch to make sure you guys get connected. Use your Amazon Prime, connect it to Twitch. Naturally, after that, be sure to connect your PUBG account to Twitch, and then you get tons of free stuff. Right now, you can get the Spa Day crate. Strike. I really just want an emote with that striking pose. For as much as we've seen this at this point, I want that.
But you've got to have a little like waist shimmy. Put the hand up and then just like give a little shake.
And I'm still, now that we're talking about it, I'm really curious about what the size of those boxes are to hold all of that stuff and all of the flip-flops and all the pillows and all the towels. That box has to be huge.
You know, maybe it's those vacuum-sealed bags. Put it all in there and you just suck the air out.
A lot of stuff is pretty fluffy. I'm with you on that. Maybe it is vacuum sealed, so like whenever you just like pop it open, it just like blows out and like towels and everything just go shooting across the room.
I mean, have you done that? I do that with my comforters and other blankets that I won't use until, you know, it gets colder in the wintertime. It rarely gets super cold here in LA, but it's literally a mound of comforters and you vacuum it up and it's down to your knees. It's fantastic.
It's always whenever I order stuff. That's whenever I do. So I always get the joy of like undoing it. So like whenever you get like, I don't know, like a blanket or something like that set to you and you just like pop it and all right as soon as you do, like the whole wrapping just explodes out and everything comes.
Speaking of that, have you ever had a foam bed?
Yes.
Did you get a foam bed? Did you get your foam bed like that? Chat? Anyone? Huh? Ooh,
also, I had a full sofa that was like that. It was a full sofa that was like 8 feet long that was just filled with like all of this foam. It was this giant cube that conformed to your body. We used to refer to it as the super couch. It was awesome because it came in like a 2-foot box. So whenever you got it, it was like, there was like this rope that you had on it. And it was like step 2 feet away and like pull the rope and it broke the suction on it and just like a sofa just appeared. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm speechless. I'm trying to imagine this couch just popping out like animation.
It was super comfy and worth every bit of it.
Was though.
Actually, I got it on Amazon.
R.I.P. couch?
Yeah.
You said was?
Oh, well, yeah. Pets. That happens. they kind of took it over and then they broke all the foam stuff inside of it. Yeah.
Oh, the pets. But here we are on Miramar, our favorite vast map that is the desert.
Earlier, we saw only one team in North America drop to Los Leones. Kind of curious to see how this might play out a little differently. All about the different locations that teams like to drop, and it's kind of surprising that we're seeing some hard pushes very early jumping out on this map. Going to the edges can be extremely hazardous for your team's health.
Yeah, that is interesting that they're favoring the north end when there's really not a whole lot compared to the bottom half.
There's different places that you can play around, but it becomes so dependent on finding a vehicle and praying for circle RNG to come your way. Because let's say you just drop and you go over next to like Campo Militar or something like that, then you have to like get a vehicle and then trek like what, probably 6-7 kilometers down to like prison.
That's really far.
That's rough. I always lean into a little bit more of a centered strategy just to be safe, just make the transitions a little bit easier. I mean, I do enjoy dropping kind of just because it's fun.
Yeah, for those hot drops. Otherwise, if you're trying to go for the win, where do you like to drop as a duo on Miramar?
I really like to drop Graveyard.
Yeah?
Go into a center position, get some loot, use that to try to pick off anybody that's coming in from Picado, and then if that doesn't work, then shift up and go after whoever was going around Minas, because then you can connect some easy kills and loot from 2 different locations.
Wow, you've got that situated. I love dropping water treatment. As a duo,
Good place, yeah.
It has great loot. You can essentially leave there with a good amount in your bag, and you can take on anybody. You can find good scopes in there, snipers, you're set. You really need a sniper, DMR, long-range weapon on this map.
On Miramar, without a doubt. Or you can just lean into the extreme close range. There's a couple of people that I've seen that just really like to play Miramar, and they're all about just necessarily getting on motorcycles and getting like SMGs and shotguns and then just driving around and just trying to run over and shoot everybody. Not the best strategy, but kind of fun sometimes.
It can be fun.
And that's what it comes down to. Like, let's be honest, right now we're playing a really competitive situation. That's what we're talking about mostly. But man, PUBG has like some of the most fun ways to play this game. Like, I really like whenever you start trying to apply specific rules to yourself, like only being able to use melee weapons. That makes a lot of fun. You don't know victory until you've deflected a bullet in the air that's being shot at you with a pan swing.
That's amazing.
It gets you pretty hyped. You immediately die afterwards because you probably get sprayed from somewhere else. But in that millisecond that you manage to deflect it, you're like, I am a god.
Or you deflect it and it comes right back. Imagine.
Oh, you can deflect grenades, I think still. I know you used to be able to, but I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why you couldn't.
Well, given the bug that shall not be named about flying down on the test server right now.
Yikes.
So with this, you can see that's going to be a circle based around Los Leones coming through here. Going to have Picado inside the circle as well as Graveyard Minas coming through, and I think a little bit of, actually all of Impala as well.
Yeah, well, while everyone's trying to get position here, we now finally have your current standings for South America. Oh, they said, just kidding. Come back to me!
They'll come back. We will will them back into existence. Twitch chat, join us in our willing of the score to come back into play. With this, I think we should note the fact that everybody that did the far western drop is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Hey,
There
they're
it
back.
is.
Secret White coming in first place, just 4 points ahead of the team that's in second place. And that's Team
One
EM.
kill away.
Yeah, 1 kill. That is exactly 1 kill separating behind them. And third place, get team back right back behind that, about 20 points behind. And then there is a huge gap of almost 120 points. It's going to be Team Forever falling back behind that. You can see that it starts to be pretty close with 439 into 433 into 425. Then it slowly starts to diminish back and forth. But we can see that we're starting to get some definite top 3 leaderboard positions.
Absolutely, the top 3 are going in on these maps. They've been definitely showing us every map. It's been kind of the same guys that have been going in and just fragging out, getting all the kills. These kills are racking up their points. As you see, that big gap down to 4th place. I would assume they probably don't have a lot of kills accumulated as a team, and that's why the gap.
I gotta say, if at this point you haven't gone to check out anybody that's in these top 3 teams, you need to do so. If you're here and you're watching somebody play for some competitive nature, be sure to check out these 6 players because obvious they are playing in a very dominant fashion right now. Granted, we still have 2 more rounds to go, so don't want to cast or curse them yet or anything else like that, but be sure to check them out because it looks like they have some quality gameplay that's coming
We're
through.
going to send the caster energy, the caster love.
I know, send them all the love and affection.
Caster love. And, you know, if we could, we would give them a little purple box with a purple bow on it that says Spa Day Crate. Here you go. You look like you might need a little relaxation from the wild that is Miramar. The sun, you know, the sunburns, and man, you got to relax at the spa.
All the dust. You know you're
So
going to
make
get
sure to
dirty
go-
on this map. Look at it. It's all
Yeah,
dirty.
and then you need towels. You need to go clean up. So go get your Spa Day Crate at connecting your Twitch Prime to your account and collect that. Make sure in PUBG, though, you have your little Twitch, your Twitch glitch is purple. That means it's connected.
Yes.
And then that means you will see your Spa Day Crate in your character wardrobe.
So, okay, I was having a little bit of a conversation a second ago with Wave Punk. What's your opinion on orange cosmetic gun skins?
Oh gosh, I remove it immediately.
Do you see them as a death trap? Because that's the way.
Yes.
I feel like if you're playing in an event like this and you're running an orange gun, that is just confidence. That's saying, like,
Yeah.
I don't even care if you see me. I'm just going to kill you anyway.
Listen. The workers on the highways don't wear a bright orange vest because they're trying to blend into the highway. You know what I mean?
Well, that is true. I mean, well, let's
They're
be
trying
real.
to be seen, so that means
Some people also dress pretty stylish, specifically like with all these like Hawaiian shirts that are coming through now. And then there was the purple suit that was really popular for a long period of time.
yeah. I mean, splashes of color is fine, but that solid orange is like a beacon. It's a radar. It's a target. Here, you need a little region to shoot right here.
And
Easy
right
to
at
catch
me.
that flash.
See a Bronco cutting across in the distance. Back over here, Soda Wipe and Z-Flex trying to connect. Spray looks like it's pretty good, just not probably enough damage to finally finalize it. They're just trying to get a little bit more damage as it crests the top of the hill and looks like narrowly escapes.
Yeah, Flux was by himself, was the only gun shooting on that Bronco. Maybe if both of them were able to spray it down, they might have been able to pop somebody out of there.
I was really close. The Bronco is pretty much a tank, though. It can take a lot of damage, so you have to make sure you're very accurate with your spray, and you're pretty much trying to shoot the person out of it more than anything
No,
else.
absolutely. That's what I was going for. Was he was aiming at that passenger window, or the driver window, sorry. And that would ensure perhaps some more shoulder headshot action, and you can just ragdoll a body out of that truck.
Oh, I love watching people fall out of the vehicles. It's like, sure, they still come out in the crouch, but the moment they hit the crouch and they like land on the ground, it's just the roll that comes through and afterwards. I'm kind of worried about how much I love ragdoll physics in this game and what it says about me as a person. Just like watching other people suffering, like, ha ha ha, you died, and I'm going to enjoy laughing about it.
I'm kind of same. I understand it.
Back over here with a little bit of a peak battle going on. This is long range. I gotta say, he's got confidence in his aim, and he's going pretty close. Teammates going for a push on the distance with the positioning of that rock. You can see he kind of pinned him down, so as long as he can hold this angle and keep him interested, teammate can circle up, get at the top of the hill, and fire back down into him. But look at it, this rate might not need the assistance. That's some solid shots coming through.
Yeah, but that's exactly what's happening right now. Flux is just trying to keep him busy. Soda's going to go over the top and try to get an angle from behind. Flux putting on pressure.
Is he going for a little bit of pink? He's trying to go for a reposition. Still hitting those shots, getting a couple of blood spurts. Now you can see that this duo is starting to realize that they're pinned as the flank is coming into position onto it. We've got Bozo down there. We can see Is this the same fight we were looking at a second ago? And yes,
Yes.
Soda Wipe is holding the top angle on top over on the far left side. So it's just reposition into reposition. Now it's just a matter of, are they aware of where the new movement was at?
No, absolutely. I think that is exactly. They saw Soda at the top, skylining, and that's what freaked them out, which is what got them out of position and why they were able to get the one down on. I messed it up last time too. Janison.
So taking some shots at the Murado as it drives by, like, hey guys, we're kind of caught up in something right now, but we want to scare
It was
you
like
off.
a side mission.
Taking a couple of shots, and I gotta say, this guy does not miss.
Flux, that was great. I mean, they were just super. You can tell they were frenzied. They were putting in those shots. His teammate went down, didn't know what to do, saw the other player at the top, and he just saw his only refuge was to cross that road. But unfortunately, Flux had a clear sight onto him and was able to land all those shots and get the kill.
I think at that point, he saw the vehicle come by, heard the shots going at the vehicle, and was like, okay, this is my only chance. I can maybe run while they're distracted, but it's a Murado, so it's just like, hold.
Yeah,
and it was like
in and out
gone.
so fast, yeah.
And it was like, okay, well, let's go back to what we were doing right as soon as the transition was coming to play. Like, if with another second or two, maybe he could have made something happen there, but...
I mean, he could have still made it. He straight landed across the street. If he gave it a little bit more serpentine action across that road, he might have been able to throw off Flux a bit.
I don't know. Flux just seems like he's just got, like, perfect aim. He just will not let him get away.
Yeah, Flux, one of our top fraggers in this day. Ooh.
Coming back over
Portuguese
here with
language, just it's like it's so
Eu acho
pretty.
que os caras foram pras casas 855 ali, velho. Eu acho.
It's got a nice flow
Yeah,
to
I
it.
like there's like the rolls to it are really there's just like this
Vai, vai.
fluidness.
Deita aí, vai. Deita
like
aí que
it.
eu vou...
Eu vou fazer isso. Já fiz.
Camates, fica aqui na sala, Camates. Pelo amor de Deus.
Just caught up in listening to it.
I
now.
know, right? I got you, and you're kind of finessed by it, right?
Yeah, it's very relaxing, I'll say that. Coming over here with Sir Gank and Fernando. And yeah, I do like his setup. You can tell he's full on committed. He wants to make sure that he's doing a good job with his Twitch. He's got like the background foam position so he doesn't get any echo effect inside of his room.
No, he's in a closet, dude. He's in a closet. Do you see that? That's a door. I finally just concluded that is a door. He's in a closet, guaranteed, for the noise.
And so
I
then
bet you.
has the foam up to make sure that there's no echo effect inside of it. Possible.
I would bet you. I wish I could reach out right now. It's for anybody that's in his community to be able to confirm that or deny.
Ó, 65.
Back over here with Donald and Ryuku undercover, doing a little bit of a drive, enjoying the cosmetic scenery of Miramar while they're driving around side of Auto.
Oh, and Ernzar on that trike.
I Trike gets not a lot of love. Everybody like still remembers the olden days whenever it's a death trap. It's much more stable now.
It's still
Murado making the flip, just rolling down the street.
No!
Vehicle explosion takes him down. That is crazy.
Oh, he is even excited himself. I don't, you probably can't even hear him over our yelling, but wow. Talk about, we were talking about ragdoll game mechanics. I mean, look at this vehicle game ragdolling. Flipping like crazy.
Trying to go for the turn. It looks like they lost one of their tires, and it was just end over end. Meanwhile, the big, huge explosion has drawn a lot of attention towards them. A couple of pot shots coming their way.
Yeah, and now it looks like they got a little tunnel vision on that. I think they were celebrating a little too long. Took some shots because they weren't prepared.
Oh, some nice shots coming back over towards the mystery machine off in the distance. These guys are making sure that they get control over this entire area. They will just not let anybody transition into the circle easily.
Oh yeah, they're feeling it.
Sounds like,
yeah, they're feeling it. The confidence, it's huge.
or whenever you get one of those kills like that, whatever, it's just like something real. I like to call a PUBG moment. Whenever there's a vehicle just flipping away from you end over end, and you get to destroy it with a vehicle explosion, it just puts you in a good mood.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're gritting the airstream. You can't even see it.
Já tô tipo com 3 kills.
Oh, do it. You won't.
Bora.
Getting the 3
They are.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Eu tô 40-100, tá ligado?
I mean, they don't have any other vehicles because they just destroyed the one that was next to them. But they do know, in fact, that they're going to be pushing next to another duo. So having something that goes really quick is beneficial. New circle has popped. Got the northern part of Los Leones still inside of it, as well as Picado Graveyard still up and active.
Stopping right at the edge of the blue once they get into the safe zone. Oh, but we got the Tostadita gang, as Wavepunk like named them, labeled them.
Tostadita.
Tostadita. Tostadita and Tostadita.
I already know. Chat's not appreciating our
Oh, they're
attempts at
not?
this. No, I'm assuming. They're probably just like, oh my
This
God.
is all in happy, wholehearted fun.
This is our attempt. We're trying, guys.
Bora.
We're trying.
Mas,
All
We
right.
love it. That's why we're saying it.
Os caras devem estar.
Yeah, and I love the fact that these guys are just playing as aggressive as they are. They're just moving from circle position to circle position. They're very confident in their performance so far, very confident inside of their aim. They're just like, no, we'll come over to this spot, go over to this other one, get a location on it.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, well, when you're...
All right.
Okay. Give
What
it
do
to
you
us.
call that vehicle?
You know, I call it depends on my mood. It could be the happy van. It could be the gang bus or
See, I always refer to it as, like, whenever I'm playing with friends, as the bang bus.
bang bus. Why did I say gang?
Like,
Bang bus.
Because I don't know. I don't remember where it came from, but that's just the most fitting. It seems like a lot of people now are calling it like the mystery machine and stuff like that. Or a lot of people refer to it as Death Trap.
Yeah. It's definitely Death Trap, but I probably call it happy van more so, or slow van.
Slow van, the devil vehicle of never going up hills. That thing gets down so low on speed whenever it tries to go up a hill on this map. It's just like, I almost feel like you could get out and run alongside of it.
No,
faster than it
absolutely. But the flip side is if it gets momentum, it can go really fast.
Yeah, downhill, it's good.
Yeah.
I love driving along the coast on the far eastern side, you know, like kind of driving along, kind of like the California roads over where we're at around here.
Yeah.
And just kind of enjoy it. Roll down the windows, get the breeze going.
Probably in Miramar, you want the windows up. I'm going to just be safe assumption to say that it's probably really hot here in Miramar.
But there's so many convertibles with the Muranos and stuff like that.
That's true, but there are also hardtops.
Yeah,
You know, for the people that need that air conditioning like me.
I'm all about the air conditioning. That's the only way to live life. Back over here with Smithy. Feeling pretty excited.
Yeah.
Feels good.
I want to get in on this victory call or this cry, battle cry.
Still got 58 up and alive. Not too uncommon for a Miramar game. Blue Circle is starting to make its way inside. Going to force a couple of people to start getting next to each other. A little bit of a skirmish happening on the far eastern side of the map, but it looks like we have 4 duos all around the Bocado area slowly making their way down together too.
Yeah, you were saying how the previous team we were watching, Flux, they were playing a little aggressive in this moment. Or no, it was Smitty. No, this is Smitty. Goodness, I'm just all over the place.
Yeah.
However, it's just that these teams are so far ahead of the competition. They're feeling fine. They know that their spot is probably secure at this point because they know they're going to place well regardless in any of these next 2 maps remaining. So they just want to go in and have fun
You gotta
as
be
best they
careful.
can.
Gotta be careful because it's still a lot of points for a win inside of this. So if you go out too early, I mean, we still have 29 teams that are active inside of this, 56 players. So while they are feeling really good, feeling really confident, they still need to be a little bit cautious. I mean, be on
we
high
saw
hopes.
their gameplay,
Joke
though.
around. Yeah.
We saw how they were playing. They're going to do well, and I think they're just pushing the envelope a little bit extra.
They're feeling it right now.
Yeah,
They feel good.
exactly. Well, and here are your standings as we are currently in South America. Secret White, team number 1, as we were just talking about. See, the top 3 teams have such a major gap into 4th place, and then everyone below. It's anyone's game.
And remember, these are cumulative stats based off of round finishes. These are not directly live at the time because, as you can note, White and Mia, there are about 4 points separated. So based off of kills, different things along those lines, we could see these shift a little bit right now from what they presently are. But all of our scoring systems are based off of round finishes, so for full completions. So
Yes.
these are the standings as of the completion of the last round.
Correct. Yes. Because we don't know what the points are yet for this round.
Yeah, gotta wait until it gets done.
Yeah.
You gotta do all the math, do all the crazy stuff, make sure everything puts itself together.
Yeah.
So
We-
over here, back with Soda Wipe and Z-Flug. I mean, I gotta say, these guys are doing such a great job. They got 3 kills right now, but I didn't see. Did they get credit for both of the kills whenever the car flipped? Because sometimes,
No,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a vehicle explosion could
I
just
did.
be
I
like.
saw it in the kill feed. There
Okay.
were 2 different names. Flux, I believe, got the kills for both of them.
Oh, and here we are in good old Picado. New circle has popped up, shifted away from it. So these guys that are caught up in this little bit of a skirmish are now going to have to disengage and make their way down towards Los Leones area. Not too far, as they can just kind of retreat back up and go that hill that's just to the east, or the southeastern area. You know that there's like that little barn area that looks over Picado. But look at the amount of duos that are in this region, specifically around Picado. All kind of stacked up on top of each other. You got the guys that are in the north, just a little ways away, making their way down the hillside. Gonna have to push out and around, and then we've got 2 duos posted up in the, well, I think it's a duo and a solo right now inside of Picado itself.
Well, we got the Tostadita gang. We're taking some shots there in the northeast corner. It seems like everything's a little... All right, back to Flux and Soda Wipe.
Hanging around one of my favorite places, and that's going to be
Graveyard.
Graveyard. I don't necessarily like looting Graveyard itself, but it's just really fun to play around like the church and everything that you can do, because you can make it up on all of these roofs if you didn't know it. So you can get like over there, like this building that they're looking at, there's actually some boxes out in front of it, so you can crawl up on top of it and then actually use the whole building as an extra sight line. There's a lot of really cool angles you could play around this location.
Well, I thought we were going to get another vehicle flipped, but they managed to gain composure, taking some shots by Donald.
Yep, gotta make sure you leave off the first word.
Yeah,
Just Donald.
I almost got, oh wow, that was about to be bad, you guys. They've got a Murado, so if they need to make a speedy getaway, which they're deciding to do right now, they can surely do it. The Murado actually has really good traction in these bumps. You can easily flip, though, as we've seen that the vehicle is capable of, but you can get through those hills pretty easily.
Hey, Pavanelli, he's been pretty quiet this round so far, but man, that is a beautiful shot right down below. Shooting underneath of the trailer, trying to line up these shots. Looks like he realized he did get the down. Can't close that distance in time, so naturally we are probably going to see a res come through, probably time for meds as well. You can see that he really wanted to try to find a new angle for it, but it's just so risky because the distance inside of it.
Yeah, and the blue is moving at this very moment. The smoke went out, obviously, so they just want to get that quick cross.
Now just going for the prayer shots into the smoke. Knows they have to push out. Because, again, if they have to move, they know that this other duo has to as well. They know that they got weak. Look at these shots. These are just so beautiful. Like, just catches them at just the right moments. Jumps inside the buggy. Going to go for a reposition. Maybe pick up his buddy. Then push into the circle and try to get ahead of them. Because he knows that they're on foot. So if they can get ahead of it and then catch them again after they've already done some damage, they can get an easy wipe here.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be great. They already know. Pavanelli had that. Oh.
A little bit wide, but forcing them to stop at the tree. This is big because now blue damage could start to be a little bit more of a factor as the tick pressure could really start to mount. So now it's all about trying to get into a better spot. You can see that they're not yet inside the circle, so they're going to need to push forward, get up alongside these walls, maybe move on the outside, try to get up a little bit more energy drink so that way when Stim's coming in, be ready for the blue. And it looks like they're going to go for a position now that's going to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I was surprised that he jumped off the buggy that early. I was thinking he was going to ride it all the way around to this point, because he would definitely beat them. His teammate looks like got us down right there. Smizino. Oh.
Pick up a
Was that it?
Get a little bit of loot there, and then I think that was just one. I don't.
There were two.
Yeah, there were two there.
But that's just one, and they're not seeming to be watching out for a second, so they must have gotten both.
I'm going to agree. Let me look off over here on the map real fast. And we do have circle about to update. As you can see, everybody's slowly making their way right on the edge of the circle. Oh, a little bit of shots coming out towards the Murado for Flux and Soda White. Trying to figure out where the bullets are coming from. They do have a nice little divot that they can play in. New circle has popped, and it's going to the northern part of the safe zone, so not too far away. You can see it on the edge of the mini-map there. Oh, and there we go. Lots of death coming out as a push through as
Tostadita gang goes down.
Yep. So here we go. We've got our new circle. A lot of people having pushed down from the northern area, already going to be pretty close to the circle. Our southern teams have been kind of hanging out in Los Leones, now have to reposition, make their way inside the safe zone. One of the secret guys is down right now. Does have Black Saxon right on top of him. As you can see, Smithy is now up and alive. Popping this, a little bit of a time difference going on between the stream that we're looking at what's going on with the map. So just giving you guys a heads up. Remember, we are just popping it off of their stream, so that's one of the reasons why we can have a little bit of timing disconnects here. Smithy goes for the shots, now firmly aware of where it's at. Teammates feeding information, not bleeding out too terribly quickly. Now it's just a matter of the pressure mounting. Looks like he might try to go for a smoke and an easy res on this, but that means that he's going to lose all information and reposition coming out from the other guys. So it could just be a bait. Throw the smokes, see if maybe you can get him to kind of push forward. And looks like that's what he might be trying to do. Nope, actually he's just going to full commit to the res at this point. Realize it doesn't look like the other team's playing too aggro.
Yes, or they're taking shots, or they're just shooting in, trying to get see if they can land anything. The blue is coming in, and so that's why they're probably wanting to go ahead and make that res. Because if they weren't going to make that push, I don't think they were going to do it at all.
Well, they're actually inside the safe zone right now, so it's a little bit of just pot shots back and forth. I think the fact that they're just content. They know the fact that they don't need to move, so just try to get the res up and like get ready for the next fight coming through here. Pavanelli holding a position. Actually gets knocked there. That was phenomenal peek coming through. Going to have to retreat back over towards his teammate. Blue circle is coming in, though, so I don't know if they're going to go for that res. That might be a little risky. And no, actually, they do get taken down there as we popped away from them. We saw that duo is now gone.
Unfortunate. But
Throwing down the smokes, get a little bit more control of the
Relaxa,
area.
relaxa.
Feeling a little bit of heat right now. Like, hey,
Yeah.
let's try to get out of this. That's the downside of throwing smokes, though, is while you do get that cover in that small location, you still have to run up above what would be the smoke line. So you got to be very, very careful on this. As the higher they like crest up onto this hill, means the more vision is going to come their way.
Vamos a revisar el auto primero y...
Smitty and Earns are still alive. Just trying to get, like you're calling it, information on where bodies are. Shots are coming out elsewhere, suppressed, so they're trying to go find that. Third partying is always the way to go. When you're not invited to a party, what do? You show up anyways. Third party is here. Take down some heads.
That says a lot about you as a person right there.
Wait,
you don't
what?
invite me to your party, I'm just going to show up anyway.
Oh, I wasn't talking about me. I'm always invited. No, I'm
Oh.
just kidding.
Na
just
esquerda,
kidding.
sim.
All right, so back over here with Soda Wipe and Flex holding a high ground position. You can see got a lot of vision.
Oh!
Nice, beautiful. Again, this guy does not miss anything. He's like, no,
The SLR
210.
is just amazing.
just will not let anybody get into any form of safe spot around him. If he gets vision on you, you know you're in trouble. Some long-range shots coming out from his teammate. Look at that, just making sure to wipe everybody out. Already down to 26 people at this point.
They're racking up the body count. It's amazing. Well, that's like 8 total already, at least. I missed Flex's total count, but I think he had 4 as well.
They're just in a pretty strong position right now. They do have this high ground spot. Going to have to see where the circle does move them to. I think I'm going to wait and see. The circle, yes, has just shifted up towards the north. They get a little bit of damage to step through, so they're going to have a little bit of a trek ahead of them. Not too terribly far, but it does look like they might have a couple of duos that are going to be pushing. As a lot of these duos that are now leaving Los Leones area have gotten close enough to where they can get kind of within striking distance of each other and could be entering the safe zone at roughly the same location. See, Secret's already making their way in. Right back behind that, though, is going to be Xtane, and then a little bit off in the distance, you can see Soda Wipe. I think that we also have Black Saxon that's just right over there next to it, but everybody else seems like they're pretty situated except for those guys far up to the north.
Soda and Flux are going to be trailing in there at the south, making sure that nobody's coming up behind them. And unless someone already knew they were coming in, they might be able to sneak in. And
That's the third team we've seen walk by that Murado. Sorry. It's just like, I already knew. It was like, okay, we're going to be positioned over here. Just heard some shots. They're going to step up and forward, and there we go. Got one. Got the kill off of it, so that's going to wipe up the last solo remaining player over there. But remember, we just saw, I believe it was Smithy and them walking by that location, so we're going to have to keep an eye on what could be happening. As again, I believe Soda Wipe and Z-Flux are going to be walking the same location as well. There we go. Rondi doing a push up. Got 2 kills here. Do they feel confident with it? Doesn't even see one. Gets the down onto it. Trying to go for the spray back on the other one. Back and forth. No damage on the 1v1 that's happening at the same time. No, make that a 2v1. Strong push comes down, so now drops down to the 1v1, but easy res and loot galore around this shack.
Forever coming in to support his teammate. He was over there probably doing Overwatch on the other side, was able to make it back just in time because that could have been bad for his teammate, but they were able to take down that duo that was challenging them.
Não, é mais,
Get the
cara,
revive
relaxa.
and
Escuta o
advance,
que eu tô
18
falando.
alive.
Confia em mim. Eles vão tretar.
I love the way Soda Wipe and Flex play. They just, you can tell, anytime shots go off, they reposition, listen for it, see if they can get to a point, try to participate inside the third party. Because that's the big thing about it. If you hear somebody firing, getting the information is good, but if you're confident, you can get to a position to where you can mop up the people that have already gotten damaged or something else that happened inside the fight. It can be so strong. Now we've got a push coming over here towards Lucy Weird, one of your,
Let's go, Lucy Weird.
Lucy,
Counting
everything's
on
on
you right
you.
now. My namesake. You've got this.
Couple of shots, both members looking like 2 people down about half, 1 on each team. A little bit of peak battle going back and forth right on the edge of the circle. You can see that Lucy, I believe, is inside the safe zone. Black Saxon is not. So we got Vatgab looking like he's wanting to move forward on this, but does have a level 3 helmet. Often right on the other side of the hillside. Did look like it got it down onto one of them. So 18 people up and active at this point as we pop over with Soda Wipe and Z-Flux again, making a slow crest up as they see a Murado driving off in the distance. But now it's going to be about all different angles. So you can see Lucy Weird lost a lot of life circles now coming in, starting to do a little bit of damage. Black Saxon does get dropped, but Vatgab is out in the blue. It just, well, not out in the blue, just right on the edge of it, trying to run out and forward. Patience coming in. It's just firefight in so many different locations right now.
No. So Lucy went down. I just seen the kill feed. Oh no, my heart is broken.
Meanwhile, we're still over here with just raining bullets, and you can see blood splatters coming through everywhere. These guys are dictating so much of the circle, and the circle pops up right near them. They are going to have to crest the top of this hill, which is not going to be a preferable spot by any means, but they aren't going to have to move until they necessarily want to. Be curious to see if they actually move down and try to move into the hillside in front of them, so that way they don't have to worry about being caught on that road.
Yeah, there's 12 left alive. We are in the 4th map. This is where everyone stands currently after 3 maps. So this map will definitely affect these current standings that we're seeing right here. Secret White in 1st place as it stands in the first 3 rounds.
Taking some shots with our present leaderboard. Secret White is going to be Smithy, taking up a couple of shots there. Soda Wipe, Z-Flux still up and alive as well. We do have 2 duos that are on the outside, still need to make their way into the safe zone, as well as VatGab. We saw just a second ago get the wipe onto Lucy Weird. Still also going to have to move into the circle. As of right now, there is only 1 duo that is inside. Actually, no, there's 2 duos that are inside the safe zone, sharing those complexes right smack dab in the middle of it. A lot of these teams are kind of caught up in these little skirmishes, trying to make their way inside the safe zone. I gotta say, there's not a lot of good, really sneaky places that play off of this. It's gonna be a lot of run and gun, just trying to make it down there. There's hillsides, but you have to take those pot shots and you have to hit them. And I gotta say, right now, oh, they were doing such a good job of getting the damage onto it, but now they have to get the res. Circles coming through. They've got to move.
Forever getting that good knock right there, which allows them the opportunity to make that push in because the teammate is either going to res their downed player or hide. As we see right here, they chose, oh, that was actually, he was the sole player, sole survivor.
Walked up. It was just like, you could tell they was beaten in looking this other direction and was like, no, okay. We just see him through the window, sprayed him down. It's like, okay, we'll just take this complex now.
Yeah.
So we got 2 duos now post up inside of there. Got our boys from Secret White hanging out on their motorcycle. Looks like they might opt into driving this straight in. That means they're probably going to crash that building complex right in front of them, which is already occupied by 2 duos. This is going to be real dangerous. They're going to, no, I like this play much better. Just sneak in, get right on the edge of this. So they still have their vehicle. If they need to do a hard shift, they still can reposition if needed. So now they can also kind of sit as a gatekeeper on the outside. Nade comes through, and it looks like it did connect a little bit onto one of them, but didn't get enough to get it down. But, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just about to praise their position in having that defilade, but it looks like it's just outside the circle, and they're going to have to push up as they are right now, throwing smoke so they can get some cover, taking some
shots.
Soda Wipe, using that M4, that suppressed M4 to get those, trying to get that headshot, but took some shots instead.
Look at how much damage his armor. He's taking so much damage to his armor and his helmet. 1 shot in either location. They're probably just going to fly off, moving into this last circle. Stepping forward, that should get them inside the safe zone. They're just relying on smokes at this stage. You can see just bouncing them around anywhere. The peak angle is pretty hard for them to try to maintain. New circle has popped. It's going to move right along the hillside.
This is who they're trying to get through. VatGab.
Holding this outside angle. You can see just got so much vision on it. Smokes do provide a little bit of cover, but every single time they go for a peek out either direction. Soda Wipe and Z-Flux taking some shots off in the distance towards everybody. It looks like they're already in position.
Oh.
But keep in mind, neither one of these groups are inside the safe zone as of right now. As well, we're going to see, looks like Forever hitting some good shots on that, taking down one of the solo players there. And a slow creep over here with Forever and Nintendo.
Oh, took some good damage from that grenade. 2v2 here at the compound. Trying to make it in just inside the circle while the other team is sitting pretty.
Goes for a step forward. Soda Wipe actually gets down. Strong hold there for coming out from VatGab. Now it's just on to Z-Flux. Circle's about to start coming in 10 seconds. It's all about making the choice. Do we go for this? Looks like they're going to go for the push instead, realizing the fact that it's too dangerous to go for the res at this stage. Can do a little bit of a sneaky step out and around the outside of it. Does get the down onto it. Now hard running back. You can see his friends like, well, there's a chance, come get me.
You got this.
Looking back over towards the blue, it's coming in and should be pretty safe. It's just a matter of how much tick damage it's going to take at this point. Can he get up? Can he run fast enough? Because he's going to have to get up and essentially use bandages
No, he's
immediately.
going to go now. He's going to go.
He's going to be ahead of it, just
down
barely.
The slow side of the circle. So they got real lucky there, and they were able to beat the circle. How amazing is that?
But they have to push into somewhere very dangerous. Oh, look at that. Soda Wipe did manage to get time, get the health up. So now they're right on the edge. And look at this. They do have a high ground spot that they can play on that's just barely inside this circle. But if anybody does a sweep across this western area, there's going to be picked off immediately. So it's very, very risky spot. But so they have to dictate anybody that moves around them, saying, no, you can't move in. 7 people alive, 3 teams. It's going to be, looks like we've got several duos posted up.
Back with Soda Wipe. Oh, sees 2 on this rock. They have no idea where they're getting shot from.
forcing them to reposition. You can see that already caught up
Só mais
between
só mais
two
uma
different
pedra,
fights, gets the down
Boa,
onto one
nice.
of them.
Na casa agora, no compound. Se
That
ficar
is
fora, o
that
jogo é
leaves
nosso.
forever all by
Não,
himself. Oh no, he took forever. Soda took forever out. Look at that.
And so with this, we are down to a
Os caras no
2v2
compound,
fight,
eu tô sem colete,
direct
sem
time.
capa.
It's going to be our guys over here,
jogo
Soda
aqui, ó.
Wipe and
Não
Z-Flux, holding a high ground position against the Pikachu Fly duos. They are posted up inside of that
fechou
long
pra
building,
eles.
so they do have control over the circle. It's going to be
Calma.
Soda
Se for
Wipe and
perdedores, eu
Z-Flux
vou
doing a
descobrir
hard
agora,
push
viu?
down the
Calma,
outside of
só
this.
calma.
I don't see anybody actually peeking out those doors. Are they going to let somebody sneak into this?
That is, wow, an opportunity lost as they're just running in the open.
Oh.
They could be peeking out these windows, taking some shots,
Então,
diminishing
puxa
their
lá pra
health,
onde que eu vim, puxa lá
forcing
pra
them
onde que eu vim.
to come
Eu
in
tô safe
weak
aqui.
or
Puxa lá
stop
pra
and
onde
take
que eu
some
vim.
health.
And they have to know.
Wow.
They have to essentially know, okay, it's behind the rocks or they're either in this longhouse. Because remember, they saw the guys that were at the rocks taking shots towards the longhouse.
Yeah.
So they know they have to be in this general vicinity. So they now got a free pass down inside of here, got inside of control. They have a hillside point that they can play. Naturally, if we move into some of these later circles, depending on how this shifts, could be very interesting to see. But right now, they just got a free pass into this that could have been a death trap.
That's amazing. They
Huh?
made it in. Now they're just going to
No, no,
probably
no, no.
wait
Fica
to
de
see
boa,
where
tá
this next
safe,
circle
tá?
goes, if it's going to force the duo that's inside this building to come out or not.
He's kind of lined up, just checking the windows.
No one's peeking. They're not going to peek. I think they're just going to hole up.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everybody's just kind of hanging out at this point and just being like, okay, hey, we're just going to hold this angle, wait for you.
But you know what that shows you? For Soda and Flux, you know in their position, they're probably thinking, they let us cross this field. No shots even attempted. No windows are being peeked. No doors are being opened to even attempt any peeks through there. These guys are playing scared.
Yeah.
It gives you an advantage to go in more confidently to know we can make some a simple play on these fools and take them out.
Well, it's all going to come down to repositions and forced repositions based off of it. I can say that based off of the angles we can see, Soda Wipe and Z-Flux have control over that building. They're not looking towards the wide open doors over towards the front sides, but taking a couple of pot shots, trying to make sure that they take out the windows, gets a little bit more vision, so if anybody goes for any peeks or any repositions, they can catch it immediately.
Oh, there
Does
we go.
spot one. Nice shots, getting a little bit of damage onto him, forcing him to retreat back. Now it's just about information exchange. He's calling out, you can tell. He's like, okay, I saw one of them.
Oh, we're in the final circle.
So now it's all going to come down to the center point. I got to say, they're holding an angle that's a little bit closer. Specifically, it's going to be Z-Flux. You can see on the right side, pretty close to the centralized point. Guys inside of the longhouse are going to have to step out forward. Keep in mind, they don't know. At this point, they've only seen one person taking a couple of pot shots. They don't know if it's just one duo that's alive or if it's two solos that are also out there. So
I think that they know there's only a duo left, a full duo. Because they
you
didn't
think Pika knows that?
I bet you. Oh, what?
Yeah, well, I don't know if Pika knows
Oh,
that
on the
because
other end. I see.
yeah, they've been inside of that longhouse for so long. Looks like Pikachu Fly steps outside, already low on life. That's going to be Mathis going down. Soda Wipe, you're going to have to get a little bit more life back onto this. You can see prepping for the last circle, stepping up and forward. And off in the distance, you can see one of them going for the reposition onto it. Now just moving for centered up, going for the shots. And that's going to be Soda Wipe and Z-Flux coming in with a win.
Nice. It was a good thing for the Pika to Fly guys too. They threw that smoke. I was wondering if it was going to be a decoy or if they were really trying to go for cover, but they chose to make it a decoy, came around the other side, trying to make a move as the circle was going to condense shortly. But unfortunately, Soda and Flux overtook them with ease.
We're just starting to see kind of like a leapfrog effect that's happening between 1, 2, and 3 right now, as it's just like one team will get a win, another team will get a win, and they're just kind of stacking it back and forth because we had Secret that was in first place moving in before this round. Now I've got Mia that was in second place, probably going to move themselves into a first place game, our first place spot in the leaderboard. We only have one more game left to go. So that's going to be absolutely insane to see how this is going to finalize.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm really curious. Like you said, I want to know if either that gap that's between third and fourth, if that's going to get greater, or is somebody going to be able to come in, close the gap, or even overtake those top 3 position?
I mean, I know a lot of these guys have to be really stressed. Specifically, the top 3 teams have to be feeling pretty good, but all these guys that are in like 4 through about 10th place are pretty close to each other, probably a little stressed out right now. And whatever, maybe they should just take a second, relax, maybe put on some like spa day gear, you know, put on like one of those comfy like little robes and put their hair up inside the towel and just kind of relax for a second.
Absolutely. Put your feet up in those nice fuzzy little flip-flops. Get yourself a spa day crate. Free if you're a Twitch Prime member. If you're not, twitch.tv/Prime. Sign up. It is free. You guys, we're going to take a short break, so don't you go anywhere. We'll be back with your last map for Latin America.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the broadcast Royale. It's our final game for the Latin American region and our final day for today's Saturday broadcast here. I'm Wavefunk, got Matchroom here with me, and we're ready to get this game underway. Who's going to be going to the regional finals? Got one more game to decide that here.
I know. It's getting so close right now. Naturally, the top three, we have seen a lot of rotation going on up there. It's starting to get a little bit of distance between everybody behind them, but it's top 20. So this is where it's absolutely insane, because there's a lot of people that are pretty close to each other inside these leaderboards, and they need to really perform inside of this last round. This could be make or break for several teams involved.
Could be, but Team Maya came out dominant there in game number 4. We take a look at the replay of how that game went down. This is their second win of the day, and oh my goodness, they start things off clean with just some clean pops there in the middle of the street. Great action all the way around.
I'm willing to bet that we're going to see a lot of Z-Flux and Soda Wipe involved in this. There's a lot of quality plays that came through here. Look at these long-range shots coming out in distance from them. You're like, no, we're not going to let you make it over to safety. Meanwhile, I got our guys over here, Smithy from Team White coming through, getting Secret White. It's going to be performing. And then this Death Check. There is so many people around this. Such good play coming through. You can see getting caught into a 1v2 situation. Gets it down on one, and suddenly Flower just comes out of nowhere with this side flank and says, no, you don't get to kill my teammate. Makes it back over and gets the res.
Forever able to finish that one off finally. And Flux able to get some kills. Res, Soda Wipe. I believe they both made it all the way to the end. It didn't matter. The fact that they got down a few times, going to come out with the victory there. Sitting nice and pretty there up in the top of our standings right now. This guy's doing pretty well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're definitely enjoying. We're seeing. I'm kind of curious to see who's going to step it up inside of this round, because that's a big factor inside of it. We've had a lot of repeat winners right now, but usually inside of PUBG there tends to be at least one round where this team that was just kind of holding their own finally just kind of explodes up the leaderboard. I'm kind of curious to see if we'll see that, or if we're just going to keep seeing repeats of these top 3 teams just repeatedly just tearing everybody apart.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting to see who will win this game number 5. And folks, we want to know who you think's going to win here. Tweet at us with the hashtag Broadcast Royale to find out. I just want to see who we got the fans of. Who's fans of who here right now? I mean, Flux, Smitty, they're doing pretty good up there. Those 2 different squads, but anybody else could come in from behind. You never know. I
mean, let's be honest. We have 3 teams that are pretty dominant right now. You stand pretty good chances if you want to take some gambles on the hashtag down there. Yeah. So even if you're not necessarily a fan, make sure that you're going around and you're checking out everybody's streams, guys. There are so many quality streamers that are participating inside of this. Be sure to bounce around, look at everybody, and be like, hey, these guys are really, really great. Like Pominelli, I thought was doing really, really good. I think that he's a great streamer. Definitely somebody you guys should go check out. Naturally, we've got the secret guys that are doing really, really well. We have Flux, and then we've got Soda Wipe. I keep forgetting how to Soda Wipe. Soda Wipe.
It's a weird combination of words, you know. Like what does he do? Like putting soda on like a washcloth and like wiping off the table or something, you know?
I don't know. But you know, it would be really good to clean that up.
A bathrobe.
A towel.
A towel would work too. A towel makes a little bit more sense, but yeah, I don't know. You could use a bathrobe. A bathrobe is literally just a wearable towel. Let's be honest.
No, it is a far more comfy garment than just a towel. I'm going to take a stand against you on this.
It's a luscious wearable towel.
It is extremely comfortable. It is so fluffy. If you, I think that you just buy bad robes.
I don't really buy them very often, but I get that. I don't need to buy them because they give them to me for free with Twitch Prime in the Spa Day crate. You can get that. You get a free Twitch Prime with your Twitch Prime membership. Go give it to Pavanelli. Go give it to one of these guys. Find someone you like and give them $5 for the month. You get some emotes for it too. You know,
you can even throw it on this stream. We've seen a lot of people making sure to use their Amazon Prime stuff on here, so feel free to do that or go support any of the streamers that are out there. Again, it's a free sub. Even if you do have Amazon Prime and you've had it attached to your Twitch account, so you've had Twitch Prime for quite a while, be sure to go check out some of these streamers and check to see if maybe your subscription is back up and available, because I tend to sometimes forget, like, be like a day or two, I'll click up there and be like, oh yeah, I forgot, it's available again. Yeah.
Twitch Prime, check in chat, see if you got it up, and then go use it, drop it here. You never know. You know, you get so much stuff. It's one of the most biggest, highest value things I feel like I have in my life right now, the Twitch Prime membership. What's your favorite? What is your favorite emote?
Ooh,
just in general.
There's so many good ones. I mean, there's always the tried and true Kappa, but I don't know. I guess I'll probably say Kappa.
Kappa, really? Yeah. So there's kind of the triumvirate of holy emotes of Kappa, PogChamp, and Whatface. Those are kind of like the 3 big ones.
Yeah.
I feel like I am most partial to Whatface, but that might just be because I'm also a Golden Boy sub, which means I also get the Golden Whatface because that's one of his emotes.
Yeah. So come back over here to And Hawk to finish everything out for the day. And let's just be honest, this is a great map to finish everything on with the explosive rounds that we've been seeing across Miramar and Wrangell. It's always nice to come back over to this. This has been one of the favorite maps for this event, and one of the first events to really run this map quite frequently, and I love it.
Yeah, it's been great to watch so far. We've got a lot of great places these players could drop. A pretty central path. Going to be going from the south up to the northeast. And many places we could see the teams dropping in. I'm interested, not many teams have been opting to go for boot camp, despite it being dead center of the map and having great loot. It's kind of the syndrome you were talking about earlier of we think everyone's going to go there, so nobody goes there.
And that kind of happens inside of competitive play to a certain degree, because everybody knows you get so much points for getting like first, second, third. Everybody strives for that and plays for survivability. That's just an innate part of how PUBG goes. Back over here with Bomb, still holding up inside the airplane, communicating. I really like his setup. You know how you can see like him talking, he's got the awesome hair going, but you can also has that little cut towards the camera where you can see his like mouse movements and hand movements on the keyboard. That's a pretty cool combination.
And it's interesting, if you go back to his perspective, you'll see there's another chair, another gaming chair right there next to him. Like, perhaps maybe he streams with somebody else on a regular basis. Maybe he has an in-house duo sometimes. Be kind of a cool thing to check back in with his stream on another date, see if there's ever anybody sitting in that chair, that empty chair that's right next to him there.
Yeah. Looks like he got some friends he can play with, or maybe he just rotates gamer. Maybe he's that hardcore that depending on the game, he rotates
I'm not
chairs.
playing very well. I need to switch chairs.
It's always the chair's fault. Don't you know this?
The DX Racer's not doing it. Maybe the Max Nomic will carry me to victory this time.
I mean, you got to be prepared for whatever gets thrown your way in PUBG. So you got to have the extra spare chairs, back it up, just to be safe. Coming through with a lot of our guys on the leaderboards right now. I really like that. Like, see, so many people drop into a lot of these really hot contested locations inside of this map, but you can really loot up just by choosing any 2 to 3 buildings and at least get to a stable point to where you can push through.
Well, so squads or duos 24 and 27 did actually go boot camp, and they're over on the same end of boot camp as well. So maybe an early engagement there. We'll see how they face off. But generally, everybody pretty decently spread out. Not really any heavy pocket of players anywhere on the map right now.
Yeah, and that tends to happen quite frequently on this map. We've got the center up right around the quarry area, and that little, I guess, swampland. Looks like nobody was really leaning into that. Doesn't want to take the risk on it. You can see that making a lot of switches over it. Look, they're opted away. Decided to keep the Uzi. He's like, nah, I'm going to lean into it. That's got to hurt your soul, because you were talking about how you don't like the Uzi earlier.
It's just a weird looking gun. It looks like a brick. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's something that should be able to propel bullets. But folks, we've got the standings for the first 4 games as they stand right now. Team Maya up on top by over 100 points. Secret White right behind them.
50-ish. 50-ish.
Yep, right there. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you're right. 50. I said over 100, didn't I? I saw a big 7 and a big 8 and made a quick NA math.
But that being said, it's real close to 100 ahead of the 3rd place team, falling right back behind that. And look, we got what, maybe 21 points. And again, caster math. I'm not too great at it either, so I'm just going to kind of throw it out there as we go. Pikachu Fly, though, they did a great job on surviving for so long inside that last round. While they didn't necessarily get the win, look at the positioning on their board now as they're coming up there, getting in the top 5 spot. Behind that is Weird Team, which is going to make Lucy happy.
Weird Team, great name. Duplo Burger as well. I mean, this Duplo X Burger.
Look at how close it is, though. Once we hit that 500 mark, it's 564, and then you go all the way down. Animaniacs is at 505. Shari is at 505. Daki Play is coming in at 503. Like, look at that. Those are all so close.
And it's 200 points for winning. If you are down like that, just would rocket you up above the Tostadita team down there, the Tostadita gang. They could pass up all of these teams and rocket themselves to the top 10. They could get a win here.
Just one win, and that's where it becomes so critical. We got to keep an eye on these teams that are in the top 3 spots, seeing how they play out and go through. Come back over here with Vatgap, who did such a great job on surviving. Remember, really pinning down one of our leaderboard contenders inside of that. Lou Power getting some nice kills coming over there. Vatgap in a kind of a hard spot right now, getting them down. Got to kill onto one of them. Kind of turn this into a 1v1. No helmet. Love the reverse peaks coming around the tree, just trying to get a little bit more control. Nose doesn't have a lot of terrain points, so just trying to make sure to hold them off. Look at this.
This is the Tostadita team.
Yeah.
They've already lost 1, and they're down in last place right now. They need to play for placement here. The placement could really be a big difference with how low they are on the board. That's the biggest point swing you can have. But currently, right now, in a really rough place
afraid
here.
to peek. Look at this. Doesn't have a helmet of their own. Kind of afraid to take any steps out on this. So she's gone for a full reposition back around on this. This is a very solid and confident play coming through, just getting away from a position where she was caught out and just getting into a new spot.
There you go. Knocks them out. They'll finish out probably in second to last squad to go out here, I believe. Unfortunate for them, and I love her hat. The bottom is green, so it's green screening out and into her background there.
Camouflage. She's
Doesn't she
blending
know we're playing on Sanok, not on Erangel?
in. Hey, well, I mean, all players have their favorite maps coming through.
I just noticed the crate in the background is actually animated and smoking.
Oh,
if we go back to
okay.
it, you'll have to notice that
Okay,
it's not even just an image; it's actually an animation. That's pretty cool.
Full on next level with that one.
Yeah.
Coming over to Pavanelli, getting a little bit of a look around as he crosses the bridge. Not inside the safe zone when it seems it's opted into a more of a northern drop location. Not going to be too far away, though, but all these little rivers that kind of cut across the map make it a little bit painful to get into the circle.
Yeah, but luckily, it's interesting because there's more water on this map, but I feel like the water is less invasive because the rivers are more narrow. There's easier places to cross than on something like Erangel, where there's just these massive stretches and it can take you 5 minutes to swim across. Your secret Smitty.
I was going to say, I got to listen to this. Oh, no, they actually spot somebody, killing off the music times. Going for a shot onto one of them, gets the down. Looking for the second team, looking for them off in the distance. It looks like they have a good positioning onto it. Right now, we can see the guys from Secret White are stacked on top of each other, though, right next to the same location. So we're going to make it hard to go for any flank. Make sure to secure and get that kill. I like it. Now here comes the pressure point, as they're going to have to kind of separate out to try to hold different angles to force this person to stay behind the rock.
Looking for the long flank. Using this building as cover. Probably peek around the corner.
Angle.
So far, I don't think he's actually seen this other player. I think he's maybe making a guesswork and now just choosing to disengage. He doesn't have the information he needs, so he can't actually push the situation.
Probably smarter in the situation. Like, whenever you're this early in and you're a leaderboard contender inside of it, specifically in those top spots, take the kills that presented to you, but don't go for anything overtly risky unless you just absolutely have to. So, good quality play coming out from them. I'm over here.
Yeah, we've talked about how the kills are such a big difference maker in spots for, like, especially within the top 10. But as far as staying in the top 10, placing well is a big deal. So the risk of going out early, not worth the extra 4 points they could get from pushing there, folks. But you know what is worth? Twitch Prime, dude. It's so valuable. You can do so much with it, and you get a free crate with it this month for loot in PUBG. You can get the Spot A crate, get yourself a nice bathrobe, a nice head towel, some nice flip-flops. Lucy was telling me there's 2 different pairs of flip-flops it comes with.
There's like a plasticky kind, and then there's like the super fluffy kind. I gotta say, Twitch chat, at this point, if you haven't gotten your Spa crate, for as much as we've been telling you, there's something humanly wrong with you.
There's something wrong with you, or you've clearly made up your mind, and there's nothing we can do to sway it. So that might be the last time we mention it. I don't know. Maybe one more time, but let's just watch some PUBG for now.
All right, so we can see we got our guys Soda Wipe and Z-Flux doing a push over next to Bon. I believe that's how you say that.
Bon. I'll go for Bon. Behan.
Behind. So coming over here with a couple of the other teams, that is an awesome tattoo.
It's an awesome tattoo. It's pretty, like, and very luminescent hair as well. Calera there with the Funko Pops. And the constantly changing lamp.
I provide some little color background, some differentiation between it. You know, I like it. It's pretty cool.
But right now, rocking the SLR and the UMP seems pretty well kitted in a good position.
Managed to make it inside the safe zone. Does seem to be aware that there is a duo back behind him because they're definitely doing peeks back that direction. 52 people still alive. 28 teams, all things considered. Only about 8 minutes into this. Circle still hanging out around that far eastern location. So I'm going to keep on forcing everybody to slowly condense around the quarry area.
Let's keep on.
The circle's it's one of the first circles. It doesn't hurt super bad. So there's no inherent rush for anybody to really force their way across this. And the longer you stay, it kind of puts you in a little bit more of a risky position because you're not necessarily making any advances towards the safe zone. So I kind of agree with this. Just don't kind of sit there and wait the whole time.
It's going to be frustrating to be Calabrito and Calera, who feel like they've cleared out this area. And maybe if they're aware of that squad, then they'll be able to keep an eye on their back. But if they weren't actually aware of that squad and they were just checking the blue just out of habit, they feel like they've cleared this area, but now they're going to have to. Now they have a team coming in behind them. It's going to be frustrating to feel like you've cleared the edge of the circle, but actually this very, very late rotation could still come back to haunt you later.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of very late rotations inside of this map, which is kind of surprising. Given the size of the map, you'd think that a lot of the teams would be like very quick to move and reposition, get into better spots. We have several teams that are really just kind of still outside in the blue, making their not in any inherent rush. And again, it's one of these first circles, doesn't do too much. And again, we have another Navy team that's coming into play this time around on Sandhawk of all things. on the map, we can see that there is a duo that's, I believe, on a boat, either that or on one of the jet skis, making their way out and across. And finally, seeing a little bit of a skirmish coming up between these duos that we were looking at beforehand.
Yep, they'll finally engage here. Xenophont looking for the flank around this rock. Cabritos might try to peek him here. A bit of a poke battle. Look to just take off helmets.
Just trying to get some information. At this close of a range, this could be a squad wipe or a duo wipe for either one of these teams. Again, constantly repositioning back, trying to use the outer wall. You can see somebody just making a mad dash down the hillside, like, please, please, does manage to make it back over there.
Flux with some rare misses. A player we have seen be laser point accurate.
Yeah, it's fairly vicious. Look at this range coming through, still hitting the shots onto him. Just, no, stop crouching, get up and run. Oh, a nade comes back over here. Cabritos, very solid, getting a double kill off of that, so going to get themselves some free loot.
Let's knock them down. Claire and Cabritos live to fight another day, move on into our circle. And yeah, a number of players that we could see kind of lingering near the edge of the new circle, but also a lot of players lurking on the edge of the blue as well. Two different kind of areas, two different edges of the circle that they're positioning on.
Right, so sitting here, we're watching Soda Wipe and Z-Flux right now, getting a little bit of control in the area. But here is our leaderboard. A reminder that this is not a live leaderboard, so this is reflected off of what just happened in the last round. So only going up to round 4. Does not contain anything about what's happening right now at the direct time. But you can see Team Mia up at the top of it with 833, and then right back behind that's going to be Secret White at 755. And then I want to trust you to say this because I think I would butcher it.
Nakel Pique?
I'll lean into it. I'll agree.
Nakea, maybe? I don't know.
Coming in with 689 points there. Kind of doing a quick look through that. I love the fact that we have a team here named Animaniacs. Every single time I see it, it makes the song pop in my head.
It does. This is pretty. Team Noob as well. They're making a fight. They're not, and also random noobs. They're doing better than the random noobs. So the two different groups of noobs here, still near, in the bottom 50%, but still.
Oh, no! Don't step through the doorway.
That's a rough one. Lucifer knows his teammates down. Do you see him? Just kind of his X-ray just noped. He just turned
It's
right
like,
back around, like, I'm not going that way.
There's few things that are more tilting in life than playing PUBG and opening a door and suddenly two people just being beated in on you and destroying you. You know, the teammates just kind of sitting there like, well, nothing you could have done about that one.
Yep, you thought about it. I guess we could have been more careful, but really, what you gonna do about the campers? We had Felipa, who we haven't seen in a little bit last game, or 2 games ago rather, hanging out in a house. And when we tuned into her stream, there's 3 crates right in front of her. You just let people just walk in one by one, knock them down.
Let's be real. Bathroom camping is the first strategy everybody in PUBG learns. And if you spend all of this time mastering it, then you can just bait everyone to come in.
The first time I ever successfully bathroom camped was on an accident. I was in a house. The house is just across the fields in Erangale, over to the kind of the north side by the farmhouses. I was in this house. I killed a person. I was looting them, and as I was looting them, I heard another person coming. I was like, oh crap! So I hid in the bathroom. Killed that person when he came in, started looting him. That's happened 5 more times where I heard a person before I got out of the house, and so it was just the only strat available to me. It was just sit in the bathroom and wait for him, and it worked. It was actually a lot of fun.
I mean, it gets a lot of heat. A lot of people always are like, oh, cameras. But I mean, if you're there and it's working, it's working.
It's camping.
I mean, if you have 3 people, if you have 3 people's corpses in front of you, something's done right. That's 12 points.
Exactly. People hate on camping because it works, and they hate dying to it, but it's actually an effective strat.
Yeah. I mean, it's got its downsides inside the late game of this, without a doubt. But I mean, if you have nothing else to do and it's an early circle, just sit back, enjoy, get a soda, get something to drink, hang out in the bathroom,
and just tilt some of your fellow gamers just off the map.
Yes, because I agree. There is nothing more tilting. Because you're just like, oh, okay, well.
I was playing so well, I was staying so aware, and you hit me with something that was completely unavoidable and infuriating. Circle has continued to move easterly here. There's Lakawi, maybe? Lakawi, I think. I think some rice fields there. Going to be kind of the largest named area in the nearest the center. Also a quarry and Kampong.
Look, with as much as the way the map is positioned, with half of quarry being inside the circle, kind of interesting. Because again, whenever you drop down there, it can slow you down in different parts of it, just because of how the water goes through there. So it'll be kind of cool to see how people either avoid that or commit to making push down inside there. Last week, we actually did see, I believe it was Horsey, got killed by somebody that was laying on top of a corpse. And so whenever Horsey went back over there to get somebody inside of quarry, he was like, oh, well, let me go get this loot, and then just got murdered.
Oh, Flux missing a shot Oh, and Flux's teammate Soda Wipe is out. It looks like maybe he's just disconnected. Oh, but he came back. All right, cool. Good. Glad to see him back.
He's back. These things happen. Is he moving? I can't quite tell. Looks like he's shifting a little bit here and there.
He's maybe connected to the server, but not. There he goes, finally looking around. Be back in control of his avatar. Flux missing a shot. I swear Flux has a great sniper rifle every time I see him.
He's got goals, and he accomplishes them. I mean, to be honest, if I was Flux and I had the aim that he's been having inside of these rounds, if I saw a crate, I'd be like, nah, I'm just taking it. It's mine.
Absolutely. Just knock him dead.
Cara, mas então a gente atravessa então, velho.
He's on 35 alive here in the circle right now.
I love how they're just kind of, you can tell that they're feeling comfortable. They're laughing a little bit, making some jokes back and forth. Looks like predominantly it's just going to be about positioning coming in. We still have a lot of water inside of the safe circle. You can see as the map popped up in there for just a second, so might have to see a shift away from it. And yes, looks like we do. It's actually going to move down to the south. It's going to be around Kampong, so it's going to make it to where everybody's now going to have to move out from the water. We do have a couple people outside in the water right now, so they're going to have to make their way inside.
So some of them chilling with a crate as well. So the boat strat's going to work out, get some uncontested, nice high-tier loot. So Wipe and Flux hearing shots in front of them.
Taking the shots in front of him, just like, nope, you don't get to play along that wall. That's our wall. Sure, it's like 200 meters away, but it's our wall. You can't have it.
Have you seen me shooting this game? Yep, there he goes.
Just no.
Sorry, Danae. See you later, bud. Have fun spectating.
Feels bad because you can tell he was trying to jump over the wall and it just was not going to happen.
That's an infuriating thing to have happen. You're trying to get away, and getting away isn't enough.
Oh
my goodness!
Wow!
Getting ganged up on and knocked out quickly. Soda Wipe down. Flux with very, very little health might go out early here.
Flux took a lot of damage on that retreated back. It's like, oh, and gets shot on a push. That's going to be the guys from Secret coming up and wiping them out, saying, no. You took our first spot. You took our top play spot. No. We want the back. We want number one.
We're going to win this game here. That's pretty crazy having those two squads run into each other right there.
Some long-range shots, just trying to hit them onto the buggy as it runs off in the distance. Actually, when you see a kill feed pop up with those names, if you're paying attention to the leaderboard, you're like, nah, I don't want to be around here anymore, I think. I just kind of want to go somewhere else.
Now, does the Secret White Boys, do they know about these players that are right in front of them in this compound? One of which got downed by Flux. But then Flux had to be was distracted by the third party rolling in.
I don't think so. Like, I don't even know if they'll actually make a push in that direction just based on how the circle's kind of positioned. It's really just going to come down to with what you were talking about. Do they sneak up back behind them is the big factor. And I don't know if we've seen Secret really sit places for long enough at this point. Looks like they tend to like to bounce around a lot. Meanwhile, got a little bit of an interesting neighborhood coming up over here, so you can see that we do have the guys from Pika kind of holding down this spot. But look at everybody that's flooding in on the mini-map right now.
Oh. So close.
See how he's raised off the ground. He's sitting on top of a dresser or something in there, just like pointed down at a doorway, just like, yeah, go ahead and open it.
He's standing on top of stacked spot crates.
But look at that mini map down there. There are so many people that are going to be coming in this complex, and there's just like just a couple of these buildings that are going to be inside the safe zone.
This poor Chewbacca. I feel like he is short-lived for this world. He's surrounded by people and is all alone.
Just slowly making his way in, coming back over here, making that same push, same directional is going to be Vanelli. See, on the mini-map now, look around the northern parts of the circle. There's just so many people. The Secret guys are under fire right now. Having a duo that's doing a hard push up back behind him. Your guy that you were talking about beforehand that was pushing the Lakwai, looks like he's going to make a push on the outside of that. We have so many duos stacked up around over there where we were just looking at. It's just stacked in so many different spots. Even in the center of the map, new circle has popped as everybody's made it in safe zone, and it's just a murder fest everywhere.
They're all going down. This northern side so packed. You saw Eternal down on the south side. He is so alone. I bet we see him in the top 5 just based on his positioning right now because he has nobody around him. All these teams are about to kill each other with how close they are.
Now it's just a matter of who can get control over the area. We got 19 people alive. You can see a lot of firefights going back and forth. Direct time. Smithy on near on no life, finally getting his med off there. Coming over here with Eternal and Claims. These guys have been pretty active inside of this game. Slowly making their way up the leaderboard as well. We've seen some solid performances coming out of them. I think that
did you notice he fixed his camera too? His camera now fills out his entire frame. Good on him. He started to care a little.
Just gone off and pushed him into it, so now he's all excited about it. So with this, you can see that everybody's starting to make their way inside the circle, but retaliation comes back out, and
he almost rage quit.
Yeah, you can see he's like, hold, and just continue to watch.
Oh my gosh, and he got knocked out by Anarquia, who won this game. I think he won game 3. That was then the last squad he had to knock out. Wow, English is hard. One of the last squads he had to knock out was Seeker. That's the second time he's taken out Seeker Smitty.
All right, so with this, you can see that we're starting to get, everything's getting a little tight. Remember, this is the last game. This is going to be about who goes on to the regional qualifiers coming through next week. See that the present leaderboards are off to the left side. Remember, these are not live. These are just based off of round 4. So we got Team Mia already out. Secret White already out. So this is really going to start opening up everything right next to each other. They just posted.
I believe Felipe knows.
Oh, somebody gets him. Nintendo took him down on the outside of it. So now he's just sitting there, and he doesn't even know.
I think he saved Chewbacca's life with that, too. Oh, my goodness. He's going to enjoy this rock for now. But
just don't step away from the rock. The moment you leave the rock, you leave all safety behind.
Yeah, I wonder if he knows that he probably heard those shots hitting the other side of the rock and saw the death and goes, oh my goodness, somebody's got a laser on me right now.
Just gonna sit there, and you can see that starting to make their way inside the safe zone. We do have 2 duos that are already positioned in there. Eternal Claims pushing down on the southern part, going after Black Sacks, and a little bit of shots back and forth. And looks like it's starting to go in Claims in Eternal's favor as they get the first down onto it.
They're rolling on in. Anarquia and company, they won that one game, and right now they're down at 400 points. If they could win this game, it would pull them up easily into the top 10. Could be a big difference maker for them.
Another duo heard them. Is going to start making the position. They already got into a point where they can just wait. So the moment that Eternal and Claims goes for a reposition on this, they might get caught out. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. So Eternal and Claims step out forward, and here we go. That's the trap coming off. The nades connect and just destroy them. Great awareness coming out from that team going, hey, I heard a firefight over here. We can catch them, and just capitalizing on it.
And they're gone now. 3 teams remain. Anarquia and Primijo here on our screen right now. One of them.
3 duos.
3 duos.
Everybody's still up, alive, and strong. Circle has populated. You can see it's just a little bit off to the eastern side now. Got a couple of duos that are making their way in.
We have Forever Netinho, Anarquia, Perminho, and then one other.
I am glad you can do that because
I'm just trying my darndest. I don't even know if I'm doing it well.
Slow creeping in. We do have 2 duos that are fairly close to each other. You can see it's going to be
Makes J.
Makes, yeah, I'm going to say over there next to Forever. They're close enough to each other, but we have another duo on the far side. New circle has popped out. This is going to be circle 7. 35 seconds. Everybody's going to have to make their way in. This could be one of the last movement circles before the full collapse. So it's all going to be about control. I don't think that there's a lot of terrain pieces that people can play around at this point, except for the rocks that we're looking through. So people are going to have to make their way down the hillside. It's going to be a lot of run and gun from here on out.
Anarquia and Perminho can benefit from the fact that the other 2 squads know about each other. They're most likely going to engage each other first, and they can roll in and try and clean up. In a good position to possibly take the win also. But everybody is evenly matched around this circle. No one with a circle advantage right now. A down, I believe, on Mike's just happened.
This is going to be Animaniacs, guys. Get docked right there. Going to retreat back, but that is their position given away. Remember, these are the guys that are a little bit off on the outside of it. As you can see, trying to go for position. That's going to drop us down to 4, so just 2 duos remaining. Firefight was heard. It's getting a little bit of position. Nintendo taking a little bit of damage there. Hard push coming out from one squad. Grenade goes out a little bit wide, going to roll back down the hill, but force a reposition. Just going for the grenade salvo, trying to make the mini red zone. You can see just trying to light up whatever they can. Now sees the reposition on one. Nintendo does get knocked. So this is now a 2v1 position where one person's running around on the outskirts, right on the edge of the blue, slowly being corralled inside of here. So grenade's starting to come out. You can see Nintendo just get knocked, goes for the spray and lines it up. So with this, it's actually going to be Anarquia that gets the win.
They get the win. That's their second one of the day. And remember, they were down near the bottom of the leaderboard.
So happy.
That's 200 points plus whatever they get on kills. They've got to feel great. Definitely going to secure a top 10 spot. Can't wait to see where that places them. Holy crap. They take their second win.
Get their second win, made their way up the leaderboard just a little bit like you were talking about in their positioning. We had the 2 top teams get dropped down early, and goddamn steps up and takes the win.
Winner, winner, chicken